was an ambush.
How many did you save?
Just like a dream.
You did the only thing you could do. And you lost.
Like a dream.
Look, we're still in this thing.
The day you walked away.
But we have no idea what we're dealing with.
Unfortunately.
Things are getting worse around here, aren't they?
Boyd, we're out of food.
Too many things are changing. I have to remember.
Remember what?
What's missing?
Nothing that I've been through is possible.
I think you're here for what's in the basement.
This place will not break us. We can still win. But the only way we go home is together.
Hello. Hit the mark. Go. The game here is rigged. Why can't they leave us alone?
No matter what this place throws at us, we're gonna find our way home.
Everybody just talks about how afraid they are of dying. Well, I don't think that's the worst thing that can happen to you here.
Hello?
Like a dream.
Are you looking for these?
Into my life.
You can't save them all.
But things are really how they seem.
A bus pulls into the town. We have new people who are really, really scared.
We got this one,
Mario.
Christy's fiance. We got Elgen.
He starts seeing dreams and stuff.
The house falls down.
Marielle, Christy, kiss, haircut.
Gets possessed by some dimension of the town.
Then you've got Boyd in a chamber?
Boyd has to get out of the chamber. He meets Martin. Martin gives him worms.
Found out Sarah took my dad's life.
Everyone hates Sarah.
Then Tabitha is trapped in the tunnels.
Victor helped Tabitha escape from the tunnels.
Tabitha's having visions of ghost children that are taking somewhere. Jade's having visions of a symbol.
And he's trying to figure out what the symbol is.
Randall and I just fight, and then he ties me to a tree.
He actually starts to see a ballerina. Who knows why?
And there's this music box that puts everybody to sleep, which is supposed to, but then when they go to sleep, now they're getting tortured. It's like a nightmare that never ends.
We are kidnapped, us and Marielle.
Yes.
What is this place? Is it a simulation? Is it an experiment?
Then what happens?
Pregnant.
Pregnant.
We get married.
Oh, yeah.
And his wife shows up and he has to deal with her again. But eventually he gets rid of his wife. He gets rid of the worms.
Gives them to the monster, kills Smiley, gives me a blood transfusion.
I tell Boyd he has to break the music box.
He destroys the music box.
People wake up.
And he saves the town. But not really.
Little boy pushed me, and then I end up in the hospital.
Boom, boom, boom.
People are still trapped in a town full of monsters.
Said this place couldn't break you. Do you remember that, boy? You don't fucking break me. That's what she said.
Fuck off me! Let her go! Motherfuck you! I'm gonna fucking kill you!
I'm not gonna kill you, Boyd. That would be no fun. You think this place can't break you? Let's see.
No, get the fuck! No, hey, look at me! I know! Look at me! Hey, don't! Look at him! Keep looking at him! I'm sorry. You're so strong! Just... No, look at me! Look! Keep your eyes on me.
And welcome all to the From Season 3, Episode 2 Pre-Game Show. And boy, is From back with an absolute vengeance. And I must say, even after marinating on this premiere episode a week later, even all these days later, still just an absolute visceral experience watching that episode, and just a phenomenal way to start this season off. I am super pumped. I can only imagine what else they have in store for us for this wild and crazy season we have before us. If they are starting off with this big of a bang, whew, boy, wow, what else are we going to see? What else are we going to see this season on From? But again, welcome one, welcome all. So glad to have each and every one of you here as we hang out for the next few hours, as we wait for the next episode of From Season 3, Episode 2 to drop, entitled When We Go. And of course, we will definitely be diving into a lot of things that we can look forward to in episode 2. Of course, no spoilers. I don't really have any particular spoilers. I have no idea what is coming ahead. I am always going to refuse early access to the show, as you guys have heard me say in the past. I like watching each week with each and every one of you and trying to unfold this mystery together. But we do have some released episode 2 stills that we can take a look at, and I do have the episode 2 teaser trailer that I have uploaded that we can also dissect a little bit. So we got some stuff to keep us busy over the next few hours. We are just 3 hours away, less than 3 hours away now, ladies and gents, till episode 2, season 3 of From hits our screens. And of course, we'll be doing an encore presentation of what 2 of my awesome friends and Fromily members, anyone who was here in the stream last night, I'm sure you guys saw it, the incredibly awesome message that was the birthday message that was sent to me by none other than Jade himself, David Alpoy, the actor who plays Jade, my favorite character on the show. And that, of course, is thanks to the awesome Scarlet Fever and Dana Marie. I cannot thank you guys enough for that birthday present. I'm still on cloud 9 thinking about that message, and I probably played it a dozen times between last night and now. So thank you so much. That really did mean the world to me. I will definitely play an encore version of it here in a little bit. And yeah, just awesome birthday present. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, cannot thank you guys enough. Can't thank everybody enough who has been coming out and hanging out with us every week, diving in and out of our just incredibly complex show here that we have all come to know and love. It's truly means the world. Truly means the world to me. So I thank you. I thank each and every one of you. But yes, let's dive into everything tonight. Tonight's episode will be crazy. Looks like it's going to be crazy. Looks like tonight's episode is going to be actually pretty heartfelt. If we are to listen to Jade, David Alpoy, apparently when they screened this episode, they watched it at Harold Perrineau's house, apparently. I guess by the time the episode was over, even though everybody in that room had been acting on the show and they kind of already knew what was coming, as he says, they kind of saw behind the curtain, they still were all in tears by the time this episode was over. So I get the feeling we are going to have some very, very heartfelt goodbyes to Tien Chen, along with who knows what other heartbreak that is in store for episode 2. But it looks like episode 2 is going to be a heavy one, guys. And I cannot wait to dive into it. Cannot wait to see it. Again, less than 3 hours away now. So again, welcome all. Welcome all. Let's see who we got here in the chat. Some early arrivals. We got Vic up here first and foremost. What is up, Vic? First in the chat this evening. Welcome, 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 my friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got Scarlet Fever. What is up, Scarlet? Always good to see you as well, my friend. Always good to see you as well. We got Bitey in the building. What is up, Bitey? Good to see you, my friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. See, Ando is in the house. What is up, Ando? We got Star in the building. What is up, Star? Always good to see Star. We got Kiwi Skirt, the mod extraordinaire, always coming in clutch for us, whether it's the watch parties, posting links here in the chat, as she is known to do. I cannot thank Kiwi enough for all of the hard work she does for this fandom and this Fromily. Top notch. Absolute top notch. We got Purple Alizé in the house. What is up, Purple Alizé? Donna, how many did you save? Wasn't worth it? Eesh. I am looking forward to that conversation, Purple Alizé. Absolutely. I cannot wait to see that scene between Donna and Boyd, which looks like it'll probably be taking place probably early on in episode 2, maybe midway. I don't know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I am looking forward to that one. We got Saint Simon in the house. What is up, Saint? Remember when everyone thought that Tabitha had a reflection in the window of someone else? I do remember when those theories were going around at the end of season 2. I mean, I was pretty convinced early on that it was nothing, that it was just Tabitha's reflection that everybody was seeing. People were pointing to a little bit of the blondish hair, but that to me just looked like it was Tabitha's reflection with the sunlight kind of bouncing off of her face, appearing to make her hair look a little blondish. But we zoomed in on that. We dissected those images and got as many stills as we possibly could. And I think most of us came to the conclusion that I think people were just seeing things in the puddle that weren't there, maybe. But that was just my opinion. I could be totally wrong there. Maybe there was some other reflection there. But to me, it just looked like that was the perfect example of how this show really plays with our minds sometime. And just by the very nature of this show being wrapped in mystery, we tend to want to overanalyze every little thing we see. And some of the things we overanalyze are definitely going to mean something. Most of them probably will, in fact. But every once in a while, I think I myself included, tend to dive deep and analyze something that might not have all that much significant meaning. And I do think that reflection was a perfect example of that, where we're diving deep into something that is probably just nothing really. But again, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But no, I do remember that. That was a pretty fun time. Man, when season 2 ended, there were so many fun fan theories swirling around. Still to this day, I mean, there's always tons of fun theories swirling around in the fandom. That's what's so great about the show and about this community. But yeah, I remember right when season 2 ended, boy, the fan theories were absolutely insane, and I was loving them. Absolutely loving them. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see, we got Susie in the house. What is up, Susie? Good to see you, my friend. Sorry, y'all, just sharing ways to help my friends and family who are really in trouble in flash flooding from landslides in western NC. Yes, and we do have seen that people have been getting hit pretty bad in some areas. Actually, Susie, I am going to make you a mod temporarily for tonight's stream. So if you want to periodically throughout the night, drop that link into the chat. So if people want to maybe support or help and donate to those who were affected by the horrible hurricanes that were just hitting our awesome country. Yeah, if you want to drop that link in there, you know, every once in a while, that is totally cool. I just made you a mod. And yeah, if you want to throw that link in there every once in a while, by all means, definitely do. And of course, if anybody wants to support those that were affected by the just nasty weather that we were hit with, that option is available. And thank you for bringing that to my attention, Susie, because that was one thing. I mean, it looked pretty bad. I was watching some of the coverage on the news over the last few days, and some areas really got hit, like really bad. Some people lost everything. And you hate to see that. You hate to see stuff like that happen. So yeah, if we can help support in any way, definitely do that. I will definitely be donating to it myself after the stream is over. So appreciate everybody. And thank you, Susie, for bringing that to my attention, because yeah, we always want to help out if we can. I know we have a lot of Fromily members, Fromily fandom members that are down there in the surrounding area and in the area who were affected as well. So I hope everybody is safe. I hope anybody who was down there in any of the affected areas, I hope everybody is staying safe. Hope your family is safe. And yeah, know that the Fromily has your back at least. We are here for y'all. We are here. We got Tyler B in the house. What is up, Tyler B? Good to see you as well, my friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got Lady Stoneheart, Kimmy G. What is up, Lady Stoneheart? Can't wait. 3 hours to go. Woo! Yes! Yes, 3 hours to go, ladies and gentlemen. It is getting less than 3 hours now. Shit. Whoa! Whoa, indeed. Whoa, indeed. It is coming, guys. It is coming. Yes. We got Michael in the house. What is up, Michael? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got Amarie in the house as well. What is up? Welcome, welcome. Got Tony in the building. Welcome, Tony. We got my brother Robert Saunders in the house. What is up, Robert Saunders? Always good to see you, my friend. Love hearing Robert Saunders' ideas and thoughts about From. He's got some of the coolest theories out there. We got Greek Girl in the house. What is up, Greek Girl? Just 3. Yes, Greek Girl, just 3 hours away. Less than 3 hours away. Less than 3 hours. We're around 2.5 hours away now. 2.5 hours away. Love it. Love it. We got Rod in the house. What is up, Rod? We got Ricky ATD in the building as well. There's my other pal, Dana Marie. What is up, Dana? Again, as I was saying earlier, thank you guys so much for that just incredibly heartfelt birthday present you guys sent my way by my favorite character on From, nonetheless. And again, super thankful for that. And I will definitely cherish that for a very long time. Very long time. Probably the rest of my life. That was incredibly, incredibly generous of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got Shitting in a Bucket. What is up, Shitting in a Bucket? Love that freaking name. That is an absolutely glorious name. Shitting in a Bucket. I like that. That is a good one, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. We got Julie B Deep Dives in the house. What is up, Julie B? Good to see you as well, my friend. Welcome, welcome. See, my brother Ando is in the building. What is up, Ando? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see Fletcher, the three-eyed raven, is in the house as well. What is up, Fletcher? Formerly known as the Cromonocle. Always good to see Fletcher or the Cromonocle returning to the Fromily. How long till the episode comes out? Yes, we are around 2.5 hours out now, ladies and gents. 2.5 hours away. Assuming they are following the same format that they followed last week, and it was released right at midnight Eastern Standard Time. So I have a feeling they'll probably be following that format throughout the season, as they did for season 2. But yeah, if that is the case, then yes, we have 2.5 hours away, guys. 2.5 hours. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. We got Gary in the house. What is up, Jerry? Happy birthday, Jeremy. All right, you ding-dongs. Hit the like and subscribe button. I'll spend the night in the fucking box. Yes!
All right, ding-dongs. It's almost go time. Anybody fucks this up, you spend a night in the box.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Yes. I made sure I uploaded some proper new Jade clips that we're gonna, be playing throughout the night periodically, because it doesn't get better than some of these Jade lines, does it? It just, man, it does not get better than some of these phenomenal lines that Jade has.
Oh, Christ. Are you people living here now?
Our house collapsed.
What? At least you had one. It's not my fault you broke it.
Hey, take it easy.
You finally get rid of those 3 smelly hippies from Colony House, and now we got you people.
Got to love it. Got to love it. I love the dialogue from Jade. I love the quippy one-liners, the dry humor. Just love his dialogue. Love his dialogue. We finally got rid of those 3 smelly hippies from Colony House. Now we got to deal with you people. Gotta love it. Got to love it. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Everyone, please hug me. A lot of my friends haven't answered. Can someone cry with me? Because I think I cried double today. Oh, wow. That's unfortunate, Susie. I am definitely praying and sending out as many positive vibes as I can to you and all of your friends and loved ones. I really hope and pray that you hear back from them soon. Because I know how nerve-wracking that can be when you have friends in, that live in areas that are heavily affected by, tropical storms and hurricanes. It's nerve-wracking when you hear back from them. You want to make sure all your friends and family are safe, of course. So yes, we are right there with you, and I will be praying that they all reach out to you sooner rather than later, and hopefully everybody is okay, and hopefully it's just some power issues that they're not able to reach out because hopefully it's nothing too serious. But yes, we got your back. We got your back, definitely. Welcome, welcome. We got Breezy K in the house. What is up, Breezy K? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got King Scotto in the building, tuning in from Dragonstone. Hell yes. We've got Westeros representing in the Fromily these days. I love it. Love it. And I was super pumped to see how many House of the Dragon people, because we cover House of the Dragon and other shows on this channel. Shogun, we'll be covering Yellow Jackets when that comes back around. The new Dune series, when that comes out later on this year, we'll be covering that. So we definitely like to cover some other shows every once in a while, even though From and House of the Dragon are pretty much my two main staples, From being my favorite, House of the Dragon being my second favorite. But it was really awesome to see how many House of the Dragon people took the leap and followed us over here to From and actually gave From a chance, because it really is just such a phenomenal show. I mean, it's two different genres with fantasy and horror, but there are a lot of overlaps. There certainly are fantasy elements to From in terms of some of the aspects of the show. So I was super pumped to see how many of our House of the Dragon subscribers, again, took the leap over here, gave From a chance, and ended up loving it. So that's so awesome to see. So awesome to see. Love it. Love it. Love it. We got Purple Alizé in the house. What is up, Purple Alizé? Yes, hope everyone is okay. Me too. Again, definitely my thoughts and prayers will be with Susie and everyone down there affected. I hope you guys all get the good news and hear something from your loved ones soon. Are we going to watch the episode together on stream again? Tomorrow night we will be. We will be doing a live watch party right here on the channel tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tonight we're going to do things a little bit differently. We're going to have a pregame show. We're going to stream from now until probably around 12, right when the episode drops. Then when the episode does drop, I'm going to end the stream so we can all kind of go watch it in our respective areas. And then after we're all done watching it, maybe an hour or so later, around 1 or again, like an hour after the episode premieres, I am going to hop into the Discord and we are going to have a late night Discord voice chat where we can dive into all things from season 2, episode 3, and talk about it together. And of course, everybody is welcome to come and join us there. We've recently boosted the server, so a lot more people can hop into the voice chats and to the watch party chats in Discord from now on. So we will be doing a live watch party right here on the channel tomorrow night, the Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time, when it airs for the rest of the world. We'll definitely be doing a live watch party right there. But tonight we are going to do a pregame show, again, right up till midnight. And when it does load, I will end the stream so we can all go our separate ways, watch From, and then we can all come back together right after we're done watching it and discuss it in the Discord. Again, I'll be in the Discord right after I'm done watching, diving into all things episode 2. And I look forward to speaking with some of you guys there and seeing what you guys had to say and what you guys thought of this newest episode. I can't wait to see it. I cannot wait to see it. Again, based on what we have heard, it looks like this episode is going to be a heavy one. This episode's going to be a heavy one if Jade's birthday message was any indication, which we are going to play here again in 1 second. We got Summer Girl in the house. What is up, Summer Girl? Good to see you. We got Jesse Payne in the building. What is up, Jeremy? Ready for the show from North Carolina. Yes! Love it. Love it. North Carolina in the building, representing. Love to see that. You guys know me. It's always so awesome to see where everybody's tuning in from, whether it's all over the country or all over the world. We've had people tuning in from all over, and it's been just so crazy to see how far this little show is starting to spread all over the world. Absolutely awesome to see. Absolutely awesome to see. Yes. Love it, love it, love it. And yes, if anyone is watching episode 2 at midnight, I know I certainly will be right when it drops at midnight. I am definitely watching it. Last week, right when it dropped at midnight, we stayed live and we just did like a live watch-along watch party. Unfortunately, I can't do that tonight. But as soon as the episode uploads at midnight, I will definitely be watching it right away. That's why I figured we'd stream from now until when the episode drops. Then I'm going to go watch it, and when we're done watching it, I am going to start up a Discord live voice chat, and everybody is welcome to come hang out with us in there. Our Discord link is in the chat right here. Here's Kiwi throwing the Discord link in. I will pin it to the top. If anyone wants to join our Discord, we'd love to have you in there. That Fromville Discord has really become just, again, one of the hugest, hubs from fan theories that you'll find anywhere online. With the exception of maybe Reddit, our Discord is probably the highest concentration of From fan theories you'll find anywhere. It's so awesome to see what each and every one of you have turned that Discord into. It blows my mind every time I go in there. and I see all of the activity and all of the theory crafting and all of just the awesome stuff you guys are doing in there on a daily basis. So yes, tonight we will be streaming from now until midnight. Then when the episode drops, I will end the stream. We can all go our separate ways, watch the episode, and then we can all regather, reconvene in the Discord. Probably an hour after the episode drops at midnight Eastern Standard Time, so around 1 a.m. I will hop into the Discord, and anybody and everybody is certainly welcome to come and join us. And we will be diving into all things episode 2 tonight as soon as it drops. Because you guys know me, and I know a lot of you guys. We are definitely going to be diving into that episode right when it drops on at midnight. I know some people like to wait until Sunday, and that's totally cool. That's why we're going to definitely be doing our live watch parties right here on the channel every Sunday night. We'll do some late night, midnight ones every once in a while too. Like not every week, but we'll definitely do some late night, midnight watch parties here as well. But our Sunday night watch parties, those we will be doing every single week, Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on the channel. And anybody who wants to come and watch with us, or if you want to come and join us for an encore watch, if you do watch it on midnight the night before, you can come watch it for a second time and hang out with us. That is totally cool as well. Everybody is welcome. But yeah, that is going to be our docket tonight. We are going to be, again, hanging out for the next 2.5 hours or so as we wait for the next episode to drop on MGM. Then we can all go watch it, and then we can all go hang out in the Discord and dive into it and see what we thought. See what we thought about episode 2. Again, I get the feeling it is going to be a tear jerker. I get the feeling it is going to be a tear jerker. Awesome stuff. Who else thinks Kenny's going to have a villain arc? Ooh, okay, Madam CEO. I honestly, it's very interesting. Just based off the episode 2 trailer, it seems like Kenny is having a much different reaction to his mother's death than he did to his father's. His father's death seemed to really break him in season 1. You know, it broke him down. It almost broke him entirely. But here, it looks like he's having a little bit of a different reaction to it. It's almost like finding out about Tien Chen's death seems to be fueling his need for revenge as opposed to just devastating him. So it's very interesting to see how he's reacting to Tien Chen's death compared to his father's death. 2 totally different reactions. And yeah, I mean, is Kenny at the point where he's just kind of at the end of his rope? I mean, he's lost everything. It's one of those things where maybe he just feels like he has nothing left to lose and he wants to go on some kind of revenge kick. It does look like he is going to be seeking some kind of revenge based on the episode 2 trailer. How successful he is or not remains to be seen. But yeah, I mean, you got to be careful. You got to be careful in that kind of mindset. And I brought this up in my video for my episode 2 trailer breakdown. You know, there's that old saying. We have that old saying for a reason. When one is setting out on the path to revenge, dig 2 graves, not 1. Because again, a revenge can often be a path that can lead to your own destruction. So if Kenny is not careful, if Kenny starts becoming too reckless and starts becoming too invested in doing and getting revenge, then yeah, absolutely, I could totally see Kenny having maybe not a villain arc, but certainly a darker arc. Maybe I think that could be possible. And welcome, Snug. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good, man. You ready for episode 2?
Oh yeah, episode 1 was great. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good return to the series and kind of back to its roots.
It did, right?
Yeah, scary. The monsters. Yeah, a lot of tension.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head in terms of kind of returning to its season 1 roots. In terms of that, just visceral, scary horror feeling we got in that first season. It's a beautiful return to form. Not that it really needed to return to form, because the show's been freaking great. The show's never been bad, but in my opinion anyway. But yeah, this first episode was so insane to see all the stuff that they threw at us in such a short amount of time. It feels like the episode flew by. And for as many things that they managed to cram in this one episode, the pacing was still phenomenal. It wasn't one of those episodes that had just like a ton of scenes and the pacing was all over the place, jumping from one scene to the next. It was paced very well. It had, started off a little bit of a slow burn, then you get to nighttime and things really start to freaking really take off once those animals get out. I loved it. Again, this first episode of season 3 had a little bit of everything that I love about From all in this premiere, and I thought it was a great way to return.
Oh yeah,
Great way to
and
return.
I'm liking Sheriff Woody as the replacement for Smiley as kind of the chief monster.
Yes,
He's
yes. He might be a worthy successor.
he is. I think he
Cowboy
is. Yeah.
Monster might be a worthy successor. I mean, the dude was absolutely scary and menacing in that scene.
That little smile, that little half smile on his face as he does his lines,
Yes,
deadpan. It's great. Yeah.
yes, he's again. I love, and that's why I had a feeling. I was hoping that the cowboy emojis would be popular this year, and hopefully they are. Yes, let those cowboy emojis fly in the chat, ladies and gents. But yeah, again, if anyone has any kind of hope of carrying up the mantle that Smiley let out, I thought it was going to be this nurse monster at first, just because of the how incredibly creepy she looks. Like this looks just aesthetically, looks wise, so creepy. I love this monster. I was very disappointed to see that they recast. Yeah, they recast the nurse monster for season 3. It's we still have a nurse monster. We see her in the barn, but it's a different actress playing the role this season. So I was a little bit bummed that we don't have the original nurse monster. But yeah, if anybody is going to carry the mantle, that is Smiley. I mean, if it's not going to be creepy granny monster, it's definitely Woody the cowboy monster, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah, and the little reveal of how she gets into the house, that made a lot more sense than I think everyone was predicting. And yeah, probably already talked about this on one previous stream, but how it seemed like that maybe she would imitate maybe Tabby or something to get them to open the door, but it made perfect sense that she basically jumped out when they went to go get the goat. Or when Ethan.
Yeah, I think it was a better explanation. I mean, I think it was one of those things where none of us saw it coming. I mean, we saw a lot of interesting theories as to why Ethan would just be opening this door like that, just incredibly reckless. And there were some pretty sound theories. I mean, again, I thought it was going to be along the lines of her kind of disguising her voice as Tabitha. We know Ethan's going to be missing his mother, so I thought it was going to be going that route. But the other theories, I mean, I know Taryn had a theory that an eclipse might happen. It might go from day to night suddenly, and Ethan won't even know that it is dark. That's another good theory that could have been interesting to see play out. But no, the way that it actually ended up being with this whole kind of just Ethan going after his freaking favorite goat. Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. I did not see that one coming.
That was awesome.
I don't know, man. It was a good scene. But yeah, we are going to take a look at everything tonight. We're going to, of course, I do have the episode 2 teaser trailer that we can take a look at and dissect a little bit. I also have some episode 2 exclusive stills that we can take a look at as well. And of course, whatever else you guys want to talk about, whether it's episode 1, predictions for episode 2, we are ready to dive in. We got a question from Madam CEO. Does anyone think the autopsy is going to turn out any good results, or do you think that was just something they might leave unanswered? I mean, when it comes to that whole autopsy scene that we saw in season 2, I thought it was very interesting the way they set it up. They definitely set it up to make us at least believe that this bile, this liquid bile that Christy managed to retrieve from the Smiley's gallbladder, a lot of us were thinking, okay, what kind of use is it going to have? I had a feeling it wasn't going to work as a direct weapon, the way that Boyd was hoping it would work, coating bullets in it, shooting the bullets, creating silver bullets, as Elgen said. I just feel like that's a little too on the nose. I just had a feeling that would not work. But I was hoping that they would maybe accidentally stumble upon some other kind of use for the bile, even if it was like accidentally. Maybe they accidentally find out that it has some other kind of use, against the monsters, or in some other means of camouflage, something around those lines. I just thought they would stumble upon something that made it useful. But as of right now, it seemed like it was just one big bust, and we have gotten really nothing from that. Now, will the bile ever return in some capacity, and will we find out that there is some other use for it down the line? I think that's possible, but I don't know, man. What about you, Snug? Do you think we'll see the bile return? And were you expecting it to work as a weapon in the beginning anyway?
I didn't think it would be a weapon. I still think it's a hint to the nature of the monsters. It just hasn't been revealed yet, so I don't think they're going to be able to use it. I still think there's something to the colors that are used in the show. Orange pops up a lot. I still kind of hold on to this idea that maybe Victor has there's something more to Victor, where he might have something where he survived being transferred into a monster or something like that. And that the orange, he always ate those peaches, and then the monsters have that orange stuff in them. So I don't know. I think there's symbolism to it, but we'll see. We'll see. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I
I
guess
may be wrong on a lot of stuff, but
no, that's what's fun about theory crafting about this stuff is diving into it. Diving into it. But no, it's I definitely had a feeling it wouldn't work as a direct weapon like that. Again, just dipping the bullets in it, shooting the monsters. It just seemed like that's way too easy and convenient for that to work. I did not see that ever working. But I was really hoping they would find some other kind of use, I guess.
yeah. And I guess
Trump
that.
Bishop.
But yeah, I was just going to say, and maybe you had talked about this as well, that the worms, Boyd's Parkinson's back, right?
Yes, it looks like
so
it.
the worms
It
are
looks
gone
like
for
it.
him, at least. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we discussed that a little bit last week as well, and it's one of those things where a lot of us were wondering, okay, what halted Boyd's Parkinson's in the first place? Was it the worms or was it the spider bites? Because a lot of people thought it was maybe the spider bites that really was curing Boyd's Parkinson's. But now, seeing this, now that the worms are gone, and now that it looks like the shakes are coming back, and which is obvious an obvious indication that the Parkinson's is returning, I think that is telling us as the audience that it was the worms that was keeping Boyd's Parkinson's at bay. And I feel like that makes more sense considering what the worms were doing for Martin as well. We know that according to Martin and Boyd, when Boyd was in that scene, Martin seemed to have been in that place for a very long time. And Boyd even says that the worms were keeping him alive. The worms would not let him die. So if these worms are keeping their vessel alive, I mean, obviously that's what these worms are. They need a human vessel, it seemed like. So if the worms are using a vessel, it stands to reason it's going to work like a parasite. They're going to want to keep that vessel alive for as long a duration as possible, so they have a host. So I thought it made perfect sense when you kind of think back in hindsight that it was definitely the worms that was halting his Parkinson's, because the worms wanted to kind of keep Boyd's body in optimal condition, so we had a vessel. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's looking like the shakes are returning, and I guess we'll see how severe that gets.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess we shall see. I wish they would drop the episode early. Well, I mean, if you are an MGM Plus subscriber, if you are a direct subscriber of the MGM Plus streaming service, you will have access to the episode right at midnight Eastern Standard Time, which is just over 2 hours from now. If you're not a member of MGM, you might have to wait to watch it until Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. But direct paying members of MGM Plus do get the episode right at midnight Eastern Standard Time. And I do believe some people through Amazon also get it as well. Like if you watch through Amazon, I think it'll be available for you guys at midnight as well, right when it is for us. Because I mean, that was one of the formats that they followed for season 1 and 2. If you were a member of the subscription service, you got access to the episode right at midnight. But for everybody else in the world, like for the rest of the world, it would air on Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, and it seems like they're following that same format. So again, MGM Plus subscribers and Amazon users, it looks like we will be getting access to the episode a little bit earlier than everybody else if you are watching on those two platforms. Again, it should be available right at around midnight Eastern Standard Time, which again is around 2 hours and 10 minutes from now. Madam CEO got it at midnight with Prime. Awesome. Yeah, a few people were telling, because I wasn't sure if it was going to be just MGM or if it was going to be an Amazon thing too, that both got them at midnight. So I'm really happy to see that Amazon people are getting it at midnight too. That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's what we're going to do tonight. We are going to, again, we're going to be live for the next, next 2 hours or so while we wait for the next episode to drop. Then I will end the stream. Then we can all go watch episode 2. And then when we're done watching episode 2, I will be starting up a live Discord voice chat for anyone and everyone who wants to come and hang out with us. We will be talking all things episode 2 tonight. Nice little late night discussion in the Discord voice chat. So again, anyone that is planning on staying up and watching it at midnight when it drops, come and hang out with us afterwards. Come and join the Discord and join the conversation with the rest of us. We will be talking all things from season 3, episode 2. But before we dive a little bit deeper into all of that, I did want to replay something that I saw last night. Again, my birthday is coming up this Sunday. The 29th is actually my birthday, right actually when episode 2 technically drops on Sunday. So I guess my birthday's around
Happy
2
birthday.
hours
That's
and
a great
10 minutes
present.
from
Yeah.
now. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
It was such a cool present. It was just, I mean, I wasn't expecting this. This just completely took me by surprise. I had no idea this was coming. But a couple of our awesome members of the Fromily, Scarlet Fever and Dana Marie, reached out to one of the cast members of From and had a awesome birthday message made for me. And in the birthday message, we also get a little kind of sneak peek as to what we can expect to maybe see in episode 2. Nothing spoilery, of course, but we are going to hear that apparently episode 2 left the entire cast in tears by the time they were done watching it. So it looks like we have a heavy episode coming at us this evening. But for anyone that wasn't here last night, I'm going to play the awesome Jade birthday message again. And again, this was the coolest birthday present I've received in a very long time. I can't thank each and every one of you enough. Dana, Scarlett, everybody who had a hand in this. You guys are the absolute best. So without further ado, here is our good pal Jade.
Jeremy, listen. If Scarlett and Dana Marie are telling the truth, I love you already, man. You are a kind human being. You're one of the kindest streamers on YouTube. A+, 5 stars. Highly recommend. You're the best. They reached out to me because they wanted me to put together a little cameo for you. Pardon the buses and commuter traffic around me here in Los Angeles. I love that you have 25,000 subscribers. Holy cow, that's incredible. As a complete muppet on social media myself and not really understanding the point of it or what I'm supposed to do when I'm on there, I'm very impressed. These are very good numbers. Congratulations. Good for you. So what is happening? Apparently it's your birthday. Happy birthday. And you're going to be streaming our show and breaking it down. Good on you, man. Awesome. It's From Week. You're doing the From things. I'm very excited. What a crazy episode. I assume you've already seen it, but if you haven't, holy crap. And so many crazy things happen in that episode. I feel like it's off to a good start this season. I feel like there's something just a little bit different about the season. I feel like there's a different energy that's been sort of injected into it, and it's very powerful. I will say this. I will say that I watched it for the first time with just a giant auditorium full of strangers, friendly strangers, however, who like the show, and it was very emotional. I did also see a sneak peek of episode 2 with the cast at Harold's house, and there was not a dry eye in the room. And this is a pretty tough audience, right? Because it's like people who've seen behind the curtain. Didn't matter. They fucking loved it and cried hard because of things that they saw. Because it's a TV show. Okay, Jeremy, congratulations. Happy birthday. You're so lucky to have friends like Anne-Marie and Dana Marie and Scarlett. My bad. And keep doing the amazing things you're doing, my friend. Take care. Have a great weekend. Keep striving. 25,000, 250,000 this time next year, buddy. All right, see ya.
Oh, man. Just so cool. Like, again, this made my entire birthday week. Again, it's just so awesome. And yeah, this fandom really this is the coolest fandom I've ever been a part of. Like, never in a million years would I ever expect something like this. I mean, it's just, you guys go above and beyond to show support to each other, to this channel. to the show of From, spreading the good word out there. I know you guys, just like the rest of us, were out there telling everybody about this awesome show, friends, family, coworkers, spreading the good word about this phenomenal series. This really is the coolest fandom that I've been a part of, and I can't thank each and every one of you enough for everything you guys have done to support us, the channel, the show, each other. You guys are super supportive of each other as well. It's a really awesome, wholesome kind of fandom to be a part of. So again, can't thank everybody enough to for that. Cannot thank Dana and Scarlett enough, and Crazy Mad and Raven are out here, had a little hand in it as well.
Nice.
You guys are the absolute best. That's something I will always cherish. Thank you.
Oh yeah, how cool of them to reach out, and how cool of him to make the video for you. I mean, that's just amazing. That's just awesome. It's a great cast, great fandom here. It's just awesome to see.
It is cool. I mean, usually when you see cameos, sometimes they're quick 30-second video or something like that. He did a 2.5 freaking minute video, and I was so blown away by that. And it's so awesome to hear him talk. I mean, he is Jade. I mean, like, he's like practically playing himself. Either that, or he slipped into a little bit of his Jade persona, because that was like Jade speaking to me. It wasn't really like David Alpoy speaking to me. But no, that was just, again, so cool. Absolutely phenomenal fandom. I could not be more proud of this entire fandom, and more happy to be a small part of it. It's awesome to see. And again, you guys are the best. You guys are the absolute best. I see my buddy Michael Bancroft is in the house, tuning in from down under, my Australian brother. What is up, Michael? We just got Stan, so I can start watching season 3 tonight. Yes, yeah, I know Mike was. Cool. I know, because that's the thing with From. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer for the show to be made readily available in some other parts of the world, but it seems like slowly but surely everybody is starting to finally get access to season 3, which is really great news. It'd be nice if everybody got it right at the same time, so we could kind of all be on the same wavelength. But yeah, if you're getting it right now, Mike, that's perfect timing. You can catch up on episode 1, and episode 2 drops tonight, so you're right there with the rest of us, my friend. And once you're caught up, if you want to come and hop on anytime and dive into it with it a little bit with us, you are more than welcome. Link's always available to you, my friend. But yeah, I'm glad you're going to dive in. I'll warn you, though, this first episode is a doozy. It is a doozy. This first one, they come right out of the gate swinging for the fences, and they hit an absolute home run. It hits hard, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, yeah. It kind of, I think we predicted what was going to happen, but still, that didn't soften it any. It was pretty intense.
It was intense. It was intense. Like you said, even though a big portion of the fandom were kind of theorizing as to who would die, it was still just incredibly shocking and again, a visceral experience to actually see it happen. It's one thing thinking something's going to be coming around the corner, but to actually see it and to see how it was played out and how they filmed it, just crazy way to start the season off. And again, if that's any indication as to the kind of season we're going to be in for, whoo boy, we have a crazy season ahead of us, because it does seem like we are going to get multiple deaths this season, not just the one. So be on the lookout, guys. We got some more heartbreak coming. Some heartbreak coming. Awesome stuff. Oh, I missed that. Sorry. Looks like we got a Lieutenant Hughes for $199. Thank you so much, LT, for the $199. Very much appreciate that, my friend. Happy birthday, Gramps. I still hate Jade. Hell. And that's okay. And that's totally okay. And that's what's so fun about the fandom. Whether you like or hate certain characters, we can all have fun and make fun of each other in fun spirits. But no, yeah, that's totally cool, man. Thank you so much for the happy birthday wish. Very much appreciate you, LT. LT's been here with us since day one, even going all the way back to the comic days. So thank you, my friend. That means a lot, and I'm super glad that you're still here hanging out with us. Thank you for the super chat, and thank you for the happy birthday wish. So at the very least, I owe you. I see the chat calling for it. I owe you a whoa. Whoa, indeed. Thank you. We got Stephanie, who became a new member as well. Awesome. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for becoming a member of the channel. You are most welcome here. And of course, all members have access to our custom Fromville emojis. We got tons of them to choose from down there, and I will have the new ones uploaded by tomorrow night's watch party as promised. I got requests for a Dale emoji. People want a Dale emoji, and people actually want a 70s porn stash dude emoji. You know, the dude in season 1 who opens the window for the Jasmine monster that starts the whole Colony House massacre off.
Oh yeah,
You know, our fandom, you know, our chat and some other chats have been referring to him as the quote-unquote 70s porn stash dude. So people wanted a 70s porn stash dude emoji. So I'm going to try and make that one happen as well. But yeah, the new emojis will be uploaded for tomorrow night's live watch party. And you guys have any other suggestions for some new ones that you want, drop them in the comment section after the stream is over. And that is where I probably have the best chance of actually seeing them. So yeah, awesome stuff. And thank you guys so much for becoming a member. Thank you, Stephanie, for becoming a member. Whoa! Awesome. All right. Let's get our bearings here. Let's get our bearings here a little bit. Now, of course, I want to hear from each and every one of you what you guys are looking forward to. In a minute here, I'm going to play the episode 2 teaser trailer. Oh, but before that, we got another $5 from my brother, Michael Bancroft. Thank you so much, Mike, who's, again, Mike's been a close friend for years now, long before this channel long before I even had a channel, actually, even when I was just a fan in his chat. Michael Bancroft, of course, he is an independent comic book creator, a phenomenal independent comic book creator, has his own series called The Lucent. There's been 2 issues out already, and the first one is one of my favorite reads I've ever had. I cannot wait to read the second. But yeah, long before I even had a channel, just when I was a fan of Mike's channel, just hopping into his live streams and watching him, you know, he would draw his comic live on stream for everybody to see. And those were so fun. I mean, it was just, you know, it was years ago, but, you know, Mike's been a friend ever since. And I'm so happy to see, you know, the success that Mike has seen in the independent comic book space. You've been doing freaking awesome, man. I'm so happy for you. Cannot wait to see where you go from here. So thank you so much for being a friend and for being an inspiration even to helping me start my own channel. Mike was one of the first people out there that really kind of promoted my channel, let people know, hey, check out Jeremy's channel. And I can't thank you enough for that, man. Cannot thank you enough. Happy birthday, dude. So happy you're finally making waves. Always knew it would happen. We'll definitely pop on once I'm caught up. Well, thank you so much for that, man. That really means a lot, especially, again, coming from you. Very much appreciate it. And yeah, anytime, man. Anytime you want to hop on here and talk from with us, you know you are always welcome. Always welcome. And of course, if there are any comic book fans in the chat, if you guys are into comic books, I would highly recommend checking out Michael Bancroft's comic book series. That you can find it at thelucent.com. There's the link. Yeah, awesome stuff. I'm so proud of all of my independent comic book friends that are just creating some incredibly amazing comic books, you know, better than stuff you'll even see at Marvel and DC these days, some of these independent books that are coming out. So again, super proud of everybody that is still grinding on the comic book front. I love seeing all the work you guys are doing over there. Phenomenal artists and writers over there. And Mike's doing it all himself. He's writing it, he's drawing it, he's penciling it, he's inking it. I don't know if he's lettering it. I don't know if he's going to get weathers. But shipping it himself, it's awesome to see the kind of entrepreneurial spirit in the independent comic book community, and Mike definitely embodies that. So yeah, man, keep killing it. Keep killing it. And like I said, you're welcome on here anytime you want to talk some From. Anytime. Awesome stuff. All right, now let's dive into this, shall we, Snug? Have you seen the trailer for episode 2 yet?
The full trailer, I have not. I've not seen the full trailer yet.
It's super quick. It's a super quick one. It's not very long. That's one thing I kind of like about From when they do their episode trailers, like when they're actually just premiering a little trailer for next week's episode, they're usually not too long. They're usually only around 20, 30 seconds usually. They don't give too much away, and I really like that they're not giving us crazy long trailers for these episodes. But I am going to play the Season 3, Episode 2 trailer, and then we can discuss it. then we can discuss it amongst ourselves. I want to hear what each and every one of you in the chat has to say about the episode 2 trailer as well. But first, we got another super chat from Steph1816. Wow, thank you so much, Steph. Very much appreciate you. That is incredibly generous of you. Happy birthday. Just subscribed tonight. Glad I found your channel. Wow, I am super glad you found the channel as well. So glad that you found the fandom. And again, you'll see some of the coolest and kindest people in the world right here in these chats. And again, I just am so grateful to everybody for creating such an incredibly welcoming community. And yeah, I'm glad you found us. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for the happy birthday super chat as well. I very much appreciate you. And I owe you a whoa. I owe a whoa. If I can find the whoa, I owe a whoa, but I gotta find the whoa. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Steph. Very much appreciate that. Again, the support has been overwhelming that we've seen on the channel. I can't thank each and every one of you enough, but I got to start reminding myself not to get too sappy. So I will remind myself not to get too sappy. But again, it's just crazy to see the support. Never in a million years would have expected it. But yeah, all right, here we go. Let's dive into it, shall we? We are going to play the episode 2 trailer. And again, I want to hear from each and every one of you, you as well, Snug. What do you guys think about this episode 2 trailer? What kind of scenes stuck out for you? And what are you hoping to see or looking forward to see in episode 2? Hit it.
You were in the barn with her, with those things. How are you still alive?
I'm gonna find those things, and I'm gonna burn every last one of them.
Victor is alive. The town I was telling you about, he's been stuck there all these years.
Where did you get the lunchbox?
This family is all we've got, and now we've got one left.
What was I supposed to do? We would have starved!
We would have found another way!
Oof, man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Looks like things are heating up indeed. And again, I want to hear from you guys in the chat and from you, Snug, as well. What stood out to you the most watching the episode 2 teaser trailer? I know for me, it's Kenny wanting revenge. It seems like he's having a totally different reaction to his mother's death than he did to his father's death. Again, like earlier, when talking about his father's death really breaking him, here it seems like the mother's death is kind of just fueling his need for revenge. Two totally different reactions. I cannot wait to see where Kenny goes. But what about you? What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's possible that it'll steal a bunch of the town to start fighting back. Not just Kenny, but she was such a central focus of the town, being taking care of the diner and feeding them every day, that I think a lot of people are likely to join with Kenny and look for a way to fight back.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. So you think maybe he could inspire others to kind of, find that bravery and start fighting back a little bit, as opposed to always playing defense. That could be interesting if he's going to, inspire some courage in others, maybe. Okay.
Well, I don't think they have a choice. I don't think they have a choice with no food. They're going to have to do something. Otherwise, they just sit and starve. So I think they're going to have to. It's a decision point. It's a major event that's going to kind of catalyze them to do something more than just kind of sit there and exist.
You have a good point. Like you said, I mean, not only did everybody in town seem to probably really like Tien Chen. I mean, how can you not like Tien Chen? She's just the purest soul in whole town, as far as I'm concerned. But even on top of that, she took care of everybody. She fed the entire town for however long she was there, I would imagine. So if there is going to be one kind of death that the entire town might kind of rally behind and inspire because of, it might be her. So I could see that potentially being the case. Definitely. We got Robert Saunders for $10. Thank you so much, Robert Saunders, my friend, my brother, my pal. Thank you. How about an emoji of the old ambulance in town with a Jeremy Ice and Fire ice cream truck logo on the inside? Man, well, maybe that's a possibility. Maybe I can. I do know a few very, very skilled graphic designers, and I know a few very skilled artists Maybe I can reach out and have them whip something up for me that I can maybe turn into emoji. I'll see if it's possible. If it's possible, I will make it happen. But no, that's a good one. That is a good one. Thank you so much, Robert. And again, thank you so much for the super chat as well, my friend. You've been another awesome member of the fandom since day one, and I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I very much appreciate you, Robert. Thank you. And
Absolutely.
I owe you a whoa. A whoa indeed. A whoa indeed. But yeah, again, let's hear from the chat. I want to see what you guys are saying. What do you guys think about episode 2? What stood out to you in the trailers? What are you guys hoping to see this? I was going to say next week, but really just in less than 2 hours from now. Slapping like buttons cannot end up in a charge. Totally legal to slap likes. Thank you so much, April May. I very much appreciate that. Thank you so much. That is true. This is one slap you can get away with. Exactly. That is one slap you will get away with. Michael Thompson says, yeah, Tilly most definitely is doing a tarot reading on Fatima when the crow busts through the window. Tilly is sus as hell now. Yeah, that was a very interesting scene when we got that kind of extended trailer where we see the crows just flying right through the windows at Colony House, right where Fatima and Fanny Pat Granny are, like you said, seemingly doing some kind of tarot reading by the looks of it. They definitely have cards in their hand for sure.
That kind of circles us back to the tarot theory that Taryn came up with. That's interesting. Whether they wrote that as a nod to Taryn, or whether the theory is there's something to the theory that we haven't.
I don't know, but I mean, if I was Taryn, seeing that, it would definitely give me some confidence, or make me feel good to at least see that. Like, okay, maybe I am on the right track here. But I guess we're gonna have to wait and see, where it goes, because it's interesting to see that we see that tarot card in there again. Is it one of those things where maybe his theory is going to start playing out a little bit more accurately, which it very well could be, or is it just a kind of wink in the nod that the writers kind of threw in as a nod to the theory because it's so popular? I don't know. I have no idea either way, but it was cool to see it. It was cool to see it, and I'm sure Taryn enjoyed seeing it as well. So I'm really happy for him. So yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see what is going on with Fanny Pack Granny and her sus tarot cards. Because a lot of people have been very suspicious of Taryn. A lot of people have been very suspicious of Fanny Pack Granny ever since she first arrived. She's been just one of those characters where you just can't quite put your finger on her, and that's why I always have her here pointing her finger of scorn at the chat and at us. But yeah, I mean, part of me wants to hope that she's just this kind of I said this the other night, but part of me is hoping that maybe she's just this kind of quirky grandmother type character. But who knows? Maybe there's a little bit more to it. Maybe she is a little. Maybe there's a little more than meets the eye with Fanny Pack Granny. And welcome, Alvis. Good to have you, my friend.
Yeah, man, I am terribly sorry I missed 2 weeks in a row, and wouldn't miss this show. Wouldn't miss this one for the world, though, man. Happy birthday, and absolutely had to be here. Happy to be back.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. But no, by no means, never apologize. Life happens sometimes. Especially when I know you guys got families, so never have to apologize for ever missing a stream. I know how it is. But yeah, so glad to have you here, though. So glad to have you here. And you arrive right in time, because I know we've had some very extensive discussions in the past on Fanny Pat Granny and exactly what her role might be. Now, seeing that she might be doing a tarot reading to Fatima in one of these trailers that was recently dropped, does that make you more suspicious of Fanny Pat Granny, or do you think she might just be this quirky grandmother type, or maybe just nothing?
No, I think she represents the temptation of the Faustian bargain. She's always got what everybody needs exactly. And this is just one more instance of that. In this case, it's not a physical object. It's going to be some form of reassurance via the tarot reading. So that's my theory, man. I'm sticking to it.
Ooh, okay. No, I like that. Yeah, I mean, I'm really hoping that she's just this kind of quirky grandmother type. But again, there's a lot of weird things when it comes to this Tilly character, and some of the, like you said, some of the ways that they're choosing to use her within the show. I can't wait to see what the truth is going to be. Are we going to find out that there's a little bit more to Tilly than meets the eye? Again, I don't know. I feel like it could go either way at this point. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This is another one here. We got, I think Kenny is about to step up to badass, says Delilah. And again, it does look like at the very least, again, you saw episode 1, I assume, Aldous?
Yes. Yep. I'm all caught up now.
Okay. Awesome. So again, I mean, we saw in season 1 when Kenny lost his father, absolutely devastated. It kind of broke him. But now we're seeing the reaction to him losing his mother in the episode 2 trailer. It looks like he's not as devastated, but it looks like he's kind of on the revenge path. It looks like it's kind of fueling his revenge. So yeah, I mean, could this potentially, be the beginning of Kenny's kind of badass arc, or is his need for revenge going to ultimately get himself or others around him hurt?
I think it's a good chance that he doesn't make it. Yeah, but I do think he's going to figure out some way to get back at him. How it plays out, I guess we'll see.
Yeah. And yeah, as Bill D says, it looks like Kenny's not blaming Boyd as Donna seems to be. Yeah, and that was one thing that we were all wondering, like, how is this barn scene going to affect Boyd and Kenny? Boyd and Kenny were already kind of on shaky ground. Of course, they had their big kind of fight in season 2 when Kenny finds out that Boyd was kind of protecting Sarah and not telling him the truth about her right when he learned it. So that kind of nearly broke their relationship. They slowly started to repair it a little bit, but then boom, something like this happens, and you wonder, is this going to create, is it going to fracture that stress, in between Kenny and Boyd even more? But again, based on this trailer, it doesn't look like he's angry at Boyd, at least in the one scene that we saw. It looks like he's more taking this out on the monsters. Like, okay, I want revenge now. We're going to find these things and we're going to burn every last one of them. And it looks like he's grabbing alcohol from the bar to maybe create some kind of Molotov cocktail, some way of burning these monsters. Is he going to go to the caves and try and burn them out there? Is he going to set some kind of trap for them at night? I don't know, but whatever he chooses to do, he's got to be careful. I mean, there's a reason why fire is not the most preferred method of warfare, because it can get out of control very fast. So if Kenny is going to deploy this fire against the monsters, he needs to make sure he does it in a pretty careful way where he doesn't burn the whole town down.
Right. Well, it seems like Jade might be questioning the fact that Boyd came back a little bit more than Kenny is, at least from what we see in the trailer. So and okay. we didn't get a lot of Jade's arc in the first episode. We got the one where he's drunk and he's kind of looking up at the web of whatever that was supposed to be, hinting towards some connection with spiders, but we didn't see much more than that. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more in this episode.
Maybe. I like it. Donna's getting too demanding. I haven't witnessed any plans she's contributed towards eliminating the monster, says Miss Deb B. I mean, you make a good point. You do make a good point. It's it does seem like Donna is having a pretty harsh reaction towards Boyd after the death of Tien Chen. But again, you put yourself in Boyd's shoes. This guy has the weight of the world on his shoulders. He's got everybody looking to him for everything. And, it's one thing to deal with that kind of stress, even under normal conditions when this town was functioning regularly. But you add the added stress in these harsh conditions that they're living under right now. Yeah, I mean, like, Boyd is going to be stretched to the absolute max this season, not only with the weather, the food shortage, everybody looking to him. Again, the whole heavy lies the head that wears the crown thing. Mm-hmm. But on top of that, it looks like, to make matters even worse, it looks like the monsters are actively trying to break his spirit this season, which of course is one thing we see in that barn scene where even, it was something we suspected coming into season 3, that the monsters did not want Boyd dead. They want to break him. And it looks like we did get that confirmation.
This place couldn't break you. Do you remember that, boy? You don't fucking break me. That's what she said.
No! Get the fuck off me! Let her go! Motherfuck you! I'm gonna fucking kill you!
I'm not gonna kill you, boy. That would be no fun. You think this place can't break you? Let's see.
No, get the fuck! No, hey, look at me! I know! Look Keep looking at it. I'm sorry. You're so strong. You're so strong. Just no. Look at me. Look at me. Look. Keep your eyes on me.
Man, just such a gut-wrenching scene.
Yeah.
I guess I'll ask that first. I mean, because I haven't really got your first reactions. Aldous, what was your first reaction to seeing this scene? Like, how did you take that scene in for the first time? What was going through your mind?
It's funny how certain things call back other things, and everything becomes kind of a referential thing. And what I'm meaning by that is, in one of the most impactful scenes I felt that it was both impactful and they really fumbled on House of the Dragon season 2 was Blood and Cheese. And one of the things that I talked about was one of the things that made that moment so powerful was the sound engineering and how the sound as they're killing the child. And here it's the same thing as they rip her skull, as they rip the scalp off her skull. It's the sound you focus on, and you don't see. And the other thing is you don't see her face, so you get the sounds.
Yeah.
But there's no face to reference the emotion on, so that it's all in your head. The suspense, the terror, the horror, it's all in your head. It's all based off the sound.
Wild, right? Wondering what they're doing to her.
So what was my first reaction? It was handled brilliantly. And my hat is off to the sound engineer that did that scene, because man, it hit on so many different levels and was just an absolute home run.
It really was, like, from conception to realization. And we talked about this last week a little bit, but I love that they chose to rely a little bit more on just a phenomenal acting performance from Harold Perrineau, as opposed to kind of, I imagine they were tempted to kind of maybe lean into the gore and maybe show what was actually happening to Tien Chen. It is a gory show at the end of the day, but I really applaud their restraint, and I applaud the way that they crafted the scene where they don't show the gore. Like you said, all you see is that one little scene of that bit of her scalp getting ripped off, and then you hear the nasty whatever that is happening to her, and then you just get closer and closer on Harold Perrineau's reaction, seeing Boyd's reaction to what is happening. And again, for me, it was just such a refreshing scene to see that they were relying solely on a phenomenal performance from Harold Perrineau, as opposed to leaning into the kind of shock factor and the of showing the gore. I thought they played it, like you said, brilliantly.
I think it also shows how much work they have to do to break him, because he's watching this, and at the same time he's trying to comfort her, or as as he knows she's being killed and she's not going to make it, he's trying to comfort her. I don't know if necessarily comfort is the right word for it, but he's focused on trying to support her, knowing what she's going through, as opposed to worrying about himself.
It was. And again, like Delilah says, sometimes nothing's scarier than the imagination, and that's why this scene was so kind of profound, because we're not seeing what they're doing to her, so we're kind of just left to wonder. Based on some of the other horrific scenes that we've seen in the show prior, we know what the monsters like to do to their victims. They really kind of tear into them. So yes, your imagination starts running wild the closer they start zooming in on Boyd's face more and more and more. I was just wondering, like, I could have pictured, like, what are they doing to her? Are they skinning her alive? Are they tearing her apart? Are they breaking her bones? Like, what exactly are they doing to her? Like you said, it makes your imagination kind of really run wild, and sometimes nothing's scarier than that, for sure. And them not showing it makes it scarier than they ever could show. Right? Absolutely, Em. I 100% agree. I feel like it was just the perfect way to play this scene. And again, I imagine they maybe had a discussion on this scene as to how they were going to portray it. I don't know if the conversation ever popped up, whether they were going to decide to show the gore or not. But however they arrived at this decision, it was the right call. It was by 100,000% the right call to focus just on Boyd. And as Aldous said, focus on the sound, just the sound of hearing the being sliced into and all of that. And watching these scenes with the subtitles on makes them even more profound, because you literally see the subtitles describing all of these nasty slicing sounds. It's gross. So I think they played it perfectly from conception to realization, and choosing to not lean into the gore, choosing to kind of put the emphasis on Boyd's reaction and on the sound of it. Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. We got Dana Marie for $5 as well. Thank you so much, Dana Marie, very much. Harold Perrineau liked the post and video, Jeremy. Oh, that is awesome. I haven't actually gone back and checked. But yes, I did post it on Twitter. And I tagged a few of the From people in it, but I haven't gone back to actually check it. But no, that's awesome. If Harold Perrineau liked the post, that is so cool to know. Awesome stuff. Thank you so much again, Dana Marie and Scarlett and everybody who had a hand in that. You guys absolutely just phenomenal birthday present. Thank you.
It just goes to the thing that we talk about all the time. And, I get it, man. There's tons of shows that praise their audience. But when we have example after example of how awesome you guys are. We can't do enough.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate everything, man.
Yeah.
And it's not just platitudes. We truly mean it. It comes from the heart.
It really, yeah, absolutely. 100%. 100,000%. Yeah. And as Tyro B says, the power of radio is all in your mind.
Yeah.
The close up on Boyd's face was the right choice as our minds make up whatever is happening. Exactly. Yes.
And Tyler, I'm a huge fan of Golden Age radio. In fact, on my own channel, I'm still doing, but I haven't done one in a while, uploads of the old Shadow shows and do the history kind of before each episode. But that's one of the powerful aspects of radio that has really been terribly lost with even the transition to television and then the transition to streaming. Is a lot of these shows just get churned out and they don't take the time to consider the sound engineering that goes into it. And that also plays along with direction. You have to have a director that understands that it's not just the sound, it's the camera angle. And to take away, like in this scene, take away the human face from half of the equation and only display the reaction from Boyd. That's another important aspect that's going on here.
Yeah.
But when you talk about the sound, just the sound, those are lessons that were learned in the golden age of radio that you see bleed through really excellent shows on shows that are run by people that understand the reactions and the emotions they're looking for.
Yeah. It is. Sometimes, the simpler route is sometimes just the better route. And it's just, I think that's what they kind of, put into practice here. Again, I imagine other shows would have been very tempted to kind of really lean into the gore and the shock factor to kind of sell this scene. But from the people behind they know they don't need to do that all the time. They know that they can just rely on, like you said, very good camera angles, good filming shots, and just genuinely good performances from some phenomenal actors and actresses. Then you add on the sound effects on top of it. Like you said, man, you have all of the makings for this just perfectly laid out scene. And I think they couldn't have done it any better than they did. It was great. It was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Great stuff. Yeah, absolutely. The gnashing of the teeth to flesh. I just exactly right. Your imagination just starts going wild. Like, oh man, what are they doing to her? What are they doing to poor Tien Chen? It's definitely one of those scenes I'll remember for a while. Definitely a scene I will not forget.
Yeah, they seem to put maybe a little bit more special effects budget in because they showed several transformations of the monsters in this one, which were pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty creepy and cool.
Yeah, we saw quite a few transformations. And one thing I really enjoyed when they were first trying to wrangle up Boyd, they were having a tough time pinning Boyd down. I mean, these are 3 monsters that are holding on to Boyd, and he's throwing these monsters off of him left and right. He throws the professor monster way off of him right into the freaking post, and he even throws the mechanic monster off of him for a little bit. Like, I don't know if it was just a quick little feat of adrenaline and Boyd was really strong, but like Boyd was throwing these monsters off of him. And it's awesome to see how badass Boyd is, that he's willing to kind of fight tooth and nail for every person in this town. But yeah, it's just a gnarly scene. Absolutely gnarly scene. But yeah, let's see what else you guys are saying. What else was sticking out to you guys in the trailer? There is gore and horror, and then there is this, watching as someone screams and begs, and then the sound of it. No fucking no. Right, April? Yeah, I mean, again, it's just It's insane. Do I still rate it 9.5? Yeah, absolutely. I definitely still give this first episode around 9.5 for sure. Again, I don't hand out 10s too often. Like a 10 episode really has to kind of earn it like proper style, but I just don't like to give out a lot of 10s because 10 is perfect and nothing's ever really perfect, I guess. But
No, I'm the same way, man.
this
I
is
don't think a 10 exists. 9.5s, 9.7s, but a 10, the minute you set something at a 10, you're setting a bar. And there's always a chance that something could rise above whatever. So I never set a 10. 10's perfection. Nothing's ever perfect. So you're looking for that 9.9, that 9.8, that 9.7. Even a 9.5 is still a home run, man.
Yeah,
It doesn't need to go 465 feet to get out of the park, So
yeah, no, this is the highest rated. This is the highest rating I've given an episode since season 1, episode 7, when we had the death of Father Cautry. That is my highest rated episode. If I was going to give anything a 10, it would probably be that one. The performance in that episode, the performance of Sean Majumder's death scene, the performance of Boyd in that scene. On top of everything else, that whole episode was just a wild roller coaster with the whole Colony House massacre happening and then it ending with Father Cautry's death. That is my favorite episode of From to date, but this episode is definitely my second favorite in terms of just the raw emotion that you feel when you're watching some of these scenes. And sometimes, that's what I kind of look for is I like really cool scenes that can be spectacles and stuff like that. That's cool. I like seeing that stuff. But for me, sometimes I just really just enjoy just a good performance from an actor or an actress, just a solid acting performance, even if the scene isn't all too exciting. Just seeing an incredibly phenomenal acting performance, sometimes I enjoy that more than seeing like a satisfying scene, I guess. But that's why these two episodes really stand out for me. It's Harold Perrineau's reaction to what he is seeing, the range of emotion that he is managing to put on display here by saying very little dialogue, just with his body language and his facial expressions, the range that he captivates in that one scene. Just that's really good acting. There's not many actors that can really pull that off to the way he did. And I think the same of Sean Majumder's death scene in season 1 when Father Cautry is dying. The dialogue that they choose to employ during that scene, and just to see the wide range of emotion on Father Cautry's face, going from shock that his path is ending to scared to kind of reinforcing his faith, never letting his faith really get broken, even though he feels like his whole path was just taken from him. It's really good acting performances that I really look forward to, sometimes over like satisfying scenes, I guess. But I like both. I do like both. That is for sure. But 9.5 for me, definitely. I feel like it very much earned a 9.5. If anybody wanted to give this episode a 10, I wouldn't argue in the slightest because it really is such a good episode. But definitely one of the highest rated episodes of any show that I've seen in a very long time. Very long time. This episode blew every single episode of House of the Dragon season 2 out of the water for me, even the good ones in the first half of the season. This was better than everything that House of the Dragon season 2 did, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. Boyd was badass in that moment, stronger than he knew he was. Absolutely, Jay Sleek. Again, it's one of those things where I imagine, Boyd. I imagine Boyd knows he's strong. But, when you're really tested in moments like this, that's when you really find out what your kind of inner fortitude is really made up. How strong are you really when the chips are actually down? It's one thing to kind of think you'll react one way or another way to a certain situation. But then when the situation is actually happening and you're right there in the middle of it and you don't have time to think and you're just going on reflex and instinct, that is when people really find out what they're truly made of. And again, Boyd is strong, man. Boyd is strong. It's going to be very interesting to see what the monsters do next to continue to try and break him. If they're starting with the bar so high, Boyd's strong. The monsters are going to have to bring their A game if they want to break him.
And they're going to have to go after Ellis too. They're going to have to go after someone closer.
Yeah, that's kind of the only thing I could think of that's ever would have like a really, really solid possibility of actually breaking Boyd. If it was Ellis or maybe even Fatima, now that Fatima is carrying his grandchild. Yeah, it would have to be one of those two. I think that's the only thing that could come close to truly breaking Boyd. I mean, this you got to remember some of the things that Boyd has been through in his past. Not only is he a very experienced military leader, he's seen people die in combat, he's killed people in combat, but then he's just the stuff that he's seen since he's been here in Fromville. This is a man that had to kill his own wife to save his son's life, and that didn't break him. I mean, this guy's got some inner strength that you read about, like that most people could never dream of having. So yeah, again, like you wonder, like, what are the monsters going to have to do if they really want to break Boyd? If this guy can survive killing his own wife to save his son, I mean, this is going to be an interesting kind of mental chess game that is being played in season 3 between Boyd and the monsters, them trying to break each other. Who's going to win? Who's going to come out on top? I think we're going to be in for a pretty good tug of war this season.
Yep.
Yeah, couldn't agree more, man.
It's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Now, I will play the episode 2 trailer one more time, just in case anyone wasn't here earlier to see it, or just in case people want to see it again. It's a super quick one. It's not really long. But then again, I will ask the same question that I asked earlier. Would love to hear from everybody on the panel and all of you guys in the chat. What are some of the scenes that stick out to you watching this episode 2 trailer?
Barn with her, with those things. How are you still alive?
I'm gonna find those things, and I'm gonna burn every last one of them.
Victor is alive. The town I was telling you about, he's been stuck there all these years.
Where did you get the lunchbox?
This family is all we've got, and now we've got one left.
What was I supposed to do? We would have starved.
We would have found another way.
Oof. Man, we would have starved if we didn't go out there and try to save those animals. And Donna thinks we could have found another way. But what other way would you have found? There's no food anywhere. You need these animals to last the next month or 2 or 3, so you can survive long enough that a crop can kind of come to fruition. So what would you have figured out, Donna? I'd love to know your plan. If you have some other kind of plan, I'd love to hear it. But yeah, I mean, what stood out to you guys in that trailer?
Well, I think I love that they're showing that a schism. We had hints of the schism since the bus arrived, right? The schism is growing. And we talked before, and I know there was a lot of comments about, well, Colony House doesn't represent chaos and the town doesn't represent order. It's in the loosest sense. There was an orderly disagreement. There were 2 parties, right? 2 methodologies of living in Fromville. Now you also have a schism that's developed that it crosses those 2 borders. You've got people that are at Colony House that are on one side, and you've got people in the town that are on that same. Everybody's scared. And what you have is you're seeing emotional responses. So you've got people like Boyd that are retaining rational, because that's what he's been trained to do, right? He's a military leader. It's you protect your resources, adapt, overcome, improvise to maintain your situation. And then you've got other people that are panicking. And so you're getting panic involved. Well, anytime you get panic involved, you're not going to be rational. So you've got that going on. So every little thing that's held this place together is now broken fundamentally. And it's where do they go from here? And in the face of all that, going back to, I agree with you, one of the greatest moments is they also no longer have a faith leader. They no longer have Father Khatri.
Right.
They no longer have that essence of no matter what's going on, you still have faith, because there's no one reminding them of faith.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's showing how fast things disintegrate when you don't have any kind of a backbone that binds that faith together, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think you're right. And I think in terms of, like, you know, when humans are afraid, like you said, they tend to do very, very foolish things. I feel like we got a small glimpse of this in season 2, when the food shortage kind of first started to come up, and we saw Dale freaking out about all the new arrivals from the bus, which ended up leading to him stabbing Ellis. You know, we've already gotten a very small glimpse of what humans do when their back is against the wall, when they're in a corner and they don't really know how to react. It's reactionary at that point without much thought into it. And I think, again, we already saw another, example of that schism that you mentioned in this first episode, when we see all of the people just bum rushing Tien Chen's house to steal all the food because they're afraid it's going to run out. You got Randall trying to steal goats. People are being pushed to the brink very early on. And again, that is going to test the individual character of everybody in this town, and ultimately what do they have inside them when they are faced with these kind of dire situations where it is, do we kind of come together and see if we can find a way out of this, or do we descend into madness? And I think we'll see people reacting both ways. I think we've already seen people kind of already starting to kind of descend into madness a little bit, and I think that'll only get worse as these conditions continue to worsen. So yeah, I like it. Let me get to this real quick, and then Snug, I want to hear from you and everybody else in the chat as well. We got Hater Headquarters. Hater Headquarters for $10. Love that name. Love that name. Where you came from is a description of how you got to now. Who you are now and where you are from reproduces who you will be. And where you are going. Many will not get to there from here. Okay, I like it.
That.
I like it.
I like the phrasing.
Very philosophical.
Yeah,
Very philosophical. I like that a lot. Yeah, I mean, and that's another thing. We've always been wondering, like, what exactly does this From title mean? What are they trying to imply to us by the title of From? And then you look at some of the foreign translations to this show, like this show that, when From plays in France. Apparently the title of the show there is Origins, not From. It is Origins. So you start to wonder, okay, what are they trying to refer to with this From title? Is there some kind of deeper meaning that they're trying to portray to us that might have some bearing on the show? But no, I like that Hater Headquarters. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
It's a really good one. Yeah. And of course, I owe you a whoa. Whoa, indeed. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. All right. What about you, Snug? Anything else that's sticking out to you from the trailer, or that you're just looking forward to seeing in episode 2 based after seeing how 1 ended?
Well, just playing off the Donna thing, I think it's interesting that she seems so stable and so with it, but she seems to break down a lot more than you'd expect from kind of the persona that she puts on. So it's almost not surprising that she does have a kind of that inner chaos to her. I don't know. I want to see how Jade. Again, I want to see how Jade was wondering how Boyd came back, and so I'm wondering if Jade doesn't go down the Randall route, and kind of wondering if there's, as his psyche seems to break down a little bit, is he going to kind of follow in Randall's footsteps and think that there's something up with Boyd surviving.
Yeah, and I've often wondered, if these continued interactions that Boyd keeps having with the monsters throughout season 3, and if they always keep ending without him getting killed, is that going to start to deflect some kind of suspicion on Boyd at some point? Are they going to start to maybe not trust him as much? Are they going to start wondering, like, hey, how are you surviving all these interactions with the monsters where everybody else always dies? And again, you hear Boyd say to Jade in one of the other trailers that they wanted me to watch. But again, I mean, you have to imagine that at some point the town is going to start at least questioning, like, okay, what's up with Boyd? Why are they taking a very special interest in Boyd? And is this going to hurt the rest of us potentially?
And I don't think they'll. I think it's because he's the strongest of them, but I don't know that the rest of the people that are there are going to accept that after a while.
No, if you're in the monsters, quote unquote monsters position, this is exactly what you want to do, because again, it's driving a schism. You want to create panic. So what a better way to create panic than by taking 2 people and only killing one of them and then letting the other one go? Everybody's going to assume the person that lived was a collaborator.
Right.
Yes. I mean, even though this is Boyd, and even though the majority of the town probably does trust him implicitly, there's always going to be that thought in the back of their head, like, okay, why did he really not get killed?
Right.
Like you said,
it breeds doubt.
It does. It creates that little seed of doubt. Exactly. What are they setting Elgin up for? I got a feeling it's going to be transforming. Yes. What
Yeah.
indeed are they setting good old Ellis up for? I don't know. Again, this is another very interesting one. This was the creature that we saw. We saw this creature in season 2, of course, when it first made its debut, when Elgin first kind of gets pushed under the tub by this weird, ghastly-like entity. I know a lot of people thought in season 1 that it might have something to do with Fatima based on the look of the creature wearing the kimono like Fatima usually wears. But here in season 3, it looks like they have a completely different actress playing the role. And we saw before season 3 started filming, again, we did see that casting call announcement that we've been reporting on since early on, that apparently they were looking for a female of Asian or European descent to fill this role for season 3. And it looks like they did kind of find a more of an Asian actress, which does kind of go along with the whole kimono thing a little bit more as well, with kimonos very much being a very popular Asian garment. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what exactly is this thing have in store for Elgin. And honestly, like you mentioned earlier, all this, sometimes the sound in scenes, the audio in scenes can sometimes be as big or even bigger a hint as to what might be happening than the visuals. And that sound in that scene always kind of struck me as odd, as it kind of almost gave me this kind of wailing banshee kind of feel that this thing was kind of portraying. But
That's
yeah,
interesting.
I mean,
I took it as what it reminded me of was in Stanley Kubrick's 2001. It's the sound. It reminded me of the sound that the monolith makes when it reveals. You get like the choral kind of sound.
Yes.
Like it's
Okay, I didn't
primitive.
think of that, but
There's something more beyond it. It's a mystery. I don't know. I thought maybe it was a callback to that because it has the same kind of emotional resonance to it.
I never even thought of that, but now that you say it, that does kind of make sense. Yeah, it does kind of sound a little bit similar in terms of the tone of it, and that foreign kind of sound. Yeah, yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, what do you guys think? What do you guys think in the chat? What do you think is going on with Elgin, and what exactly is this thing doing? I mean, I know we asked last week whether or not we thought this thing was trying to harm Elgin, or whether or not it was ultimately just trying to convey some kind of message to him. What if this thing isn't really as threatening as it maybe appears at first glance? But yeah, I've always wondered. One thing I find interesting about this is the way Elgin talks about it in the actual episode. He describes it as why he's so afraid to go to sleep is because he feels like there's something watching him in his sleep. And then boom, he turns over, there the thing is watching him. But also he says, but when I wake up, I can never remember what it is. So he's in a very interesting spot right now. He knows when he's awake, he knows that he has this feeling that something is watching him when he's sleeping, but he can't remember quite what it is. Almost like he only remembers this thing in his dream, and then as soon as he wakes up, it's kind of all vague. He's not quite sure what he's remembering, but he just remembers the feeling of being watched. And that kind of is a similar feeling to we had with Elgin in season 2, right? When he got into the town, he was clearly had the seizure. The boy in white was giving him some kind of vision, and it took him the entirety of season 2 to finally fully remember what was said. Like he just couldn't quite recall what the boy in white said to him in his dream until the last episode. So I wonder if this is going to be a similar thing where as the season progresses, he'll slowly start to remember this thing a little bit more while he is awake. And then maybe that will set him on the path to finding out what this thing is, why it is reaching out to him, and what does it ultimately want. Is it just haunting him to kind of make him go crazy and ultimately kill him? Or is this thing maybe trying to convey some sort of message to Elgin to maybe help him in the long run? I don't know, but I do feel like it's going to be interesting to see when he does finally start to remember this thing while he is awake. Because as of right now, all he remembers when he's awake is that something's watching him. He gets the feeling that something's watching him, but he doesn't exactly quite remember this thing and what it looks like while he's awake. So it's a very interesting aspect. Why does Elgin's memory keep kind of failing him like this?
It's kind of, I'm thinking it's going to be connected because he crocheted owls with his grandmother, and so owls are something that are at night and they're watching, and so I think that's where that's. I don't know if we'll see owls, but that at least links to the symbolism. I would say.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, because like you said, he does have that heavy kind of owl symbolism going on with his character, with the whole crocheting thing, as you mentioned. So that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. I do tend to agree, like with some people in the chat. I do tend to agree that she's not really going to harm him. Again, Elgin might be deathly afraid of this thing when he sees it in his dream, and he might wake up with the feeling that something's watching him, and that's giving him a creepy feeling. But I don't know why. I get the feeling that this thing might be ultimately just trying to convey some kind of message to him. But who knows? Who knows what the real intention of the kimono ghastly entity is really after? I don't know. How long can you stay awake before you die? Elgin was at 72, maybe 96 hours now. Oof, man. Yeah, I don't know. How long can the human body go without sleep before the organs and everything start to break down? I'm not exactly sure that the exact duration, but man, 96 hours does not sound fun. Does not sound fun. I think Elgin is beloved because he knows something, and we don't know what it is yet, and that makes him sus. Some people are a little sus of Elgin, yes, in terms of like his, not, either not being forthcoming or not being able to remember some stuff. Maybe or some people think maybe he does know some things that he's not saying. Maybe. Yeah, I don't look at Elgin as sus as I look at some of the other characters. I just look at him as kind of this conflicted kid, really, who is he's being shown something extraordinary that he's just not quite sure how to interpret, and especially he's not quite sure to interpret it because when he wakes up, he's not even fully remembering it. But no, could there be a little bit more there? Could Elgin be a little bit sus? Maybe. I mean, a lot of people definitely seem to think so. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was maybe the case. But part of me does think that he's just this kind of conflicted kid that just doesn't really know what he's being shown yet and needs to kind of learn more before he can really interpret what these things are trying to show him, maybe. I don't know. The creature looks like the red symbol from the monster cave. Ooh, interesting. Chosen a channel name. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, and that's one of those symbols that we've gotten no other information on it up until this point. I mean, we see the symbol next to it, the symbol that Jade is being played with, the same symbol that seemingly Christopher was being played with before Jade. But in terms of that other red squid-like symbol, the skull weird creature symbol, yeah, I mean, we've seen absolutely nothing on that thing. We haven't seen it anywhere else, anywhere in the show. We haven't seen that symbol appear in anybody's visions or anything. So yeah, we know nothing about what that red symbol is representing. Could this kimono entity have something to do with that symbol? I mean, maybe. I mean, I suppose it's possible. I definitely suppose it's possible. She's helping him. It says Baby Clay Media and Reactions. And again, I do get the feeling that she's not ultimately trying to harm him. I could be wrong, but I get the feeling she's trying to tell him something. She's trying to convey something to him, but he's definitely going to have a tough time interpreting it. Elgin is a seer. He knows stuff, and he does kind of have those seer kind of vibes to him, doesn't he? Absolutely. I agree with that. Peaceful Days. Because again, the very first thing that happens to Elgin right when he first gets stuck here is, like you said, he's being shown some kind of vision by the boy in white. So he is kind of have those kind of seer-like abilities. So yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. It seems like he's seeing things. He's just not quite good at interpreting them, or he's not quite good at fully retaining them when he wakes up. For some reason. I think it was a type of baptism for him because she dunked him basically, and baptism washes away sin, but maybe this is an evil type of baptism to prepare him for transformation, says Mike Shriver. Ooh, okay, Mike. Interesting. Yeah, because that was pretty interesting. Like you said, the first time we see this entity, it's seemingly trying to drown him. It's pushing him under the water. I mean, was it trying to drown him? Was it simply just trying to wake him up? Because we do know, sorry. Go ahead.
No, just ooh. I hadn't considered that, waking him up.
Yeah, I was thinking that she might just trying to be waking him up. because we do know right when he was in that dream, the music box had just popped up. And some people brought this up in the chat, and I totally agree with them, that the music box popped up in the chat. And then every time you see that music box, some other kind of dark vision happens right afterwards. Was
Right.
this thing popping up right there in time to wake Elgin up before whatever dark vision came for him, maybe? Because, like you said, if you are unconscious, if you are asleep, I mean, obviously, if you're under like a heavy sedative or in a coma or something, this won't work. But if you're just asleep and someone puts you underwater or holds your breath, you're going to wake up. The body just does not know how to hold its breath when it's unconscious. That will wake you up if someone puts you underwater while you're sleeping. So yeah, maybe was this thing just potentially trying to wake him up to save him from whatever, music box nightmare that was about to come his way? Or was it maybe, as Mike says, was it kind of preparing him for something? I mean, it does seem like Elgin and this thing are very much closely tied to water. We've seen water involved every time this thing shows up, whether it's pushing him under the tub or whether it's in this scene when she's walking up to him, she's covered and soaked in water, dripping right off of her. So what exactly does that mean? I mean, clearly some kind of water has to do with this thing and what happened to her. Was she drowned at some point? Is she trying to convey to Elgin how she was killed? I don't know.
Well, the
I
other
don't
thing
know.
is that the music box was destroyed, and then this creature was seen to be associated with the music box, but now she's still appearing.
That's what we thought. Yeah. Good point. Yeah, because it seemed like a lot of those visions in season 2, they were, like you said, they were almost directly tied to that music box, almost like it was causing them, the music box mixed with the cicada entity that was plaguing the town. It seemed like the combination of the two were responsible for a lot of these dreams and visions and nightmares people were having. But with the music box destroyed and the cicada entity seemingly maybe gone, how is this thing still showing up? And that leads me to believe that maybe this thing wasn't cicada involved. Maybe this was something a little different.
Could be, yeah.
I don't know. But I love it. I love finding out, and I love seeing new creatures. That's one thing I was hoping coming into season 3 that we would hopefully see this thing again after we saw that casting call. Because again, they put out a casting call before they started filming season 3, and the description of the casting call they put out sounded exactly like this weird monster we saw in season 2. So we thought we were going to see this thing again in season 3. I didn't think it would be in the very first episode, but I had a feeling this thing was going to show up again. And it also makes you think, what other kind of things are we going to see on From? Like, are we at some point going to get introduced to some new monsters and some new entities we haven't seen on the show yet, you think? You think there's other stuff out there in the forest that the show hasn't revealed yet? I mean, we have heard that famous line that the monsters are only, quote unquote, the tip of the spear. So I guess I'll ask everybody in the chat and you guys as well. Do you guys think we will see some new monsters this season? Something just completely new that we haven't seen on the show yet before? Will we get some new kind of monster or entity this season, you think?
Yes.
Go ahead, Snooks. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I think we're going to see level 2.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I like the sound of that. And I mean, we've been getting a lot of hints, haven't we, that there's more out there in the forest, whether it's Martin saying that, there's nightmares out in the forest, things that you were never meant to see, things that you can't even imagine. And then we get that weird message from what seems to be Abby, Boyd's dead wife, communicating to Sarah at the end of season 1, saying, I was wrong. There's worse things out here than the monsters. And then, of course, we hear it from Martin as well. The monsters are just the tip of the spear, indicating that there is way more things out there that we have been yet to be introduced to yet. So yeah, I think we're going to see some new stuff. I think we're going to see some new things this season for sure. For sure.
Definitely.
Remember, Elgin was asking Fatima if the town had a lake. Yeah, very good point, Em. Very good point. That's right. Right when Elgin first arrived, he couldn't remember a whole lot about his dream and vision, but for some reason he was remembering seeing some kind of body of water. So yeah, you're right. That's one of the first things he asked Fatima. Is there a body of water here somewhere? And she shows him the Brundles. Could this thing potentially be attached to the Brundles maybe? So yeah, no, you bring up a good point. That's right. Very right. But yeah, what are we going to see, guys? And if we are going to see something new, what do you guys think it will be? Will it be some kind of new corporeal monster that has a physical form like the monsters? Or will it be something new in terms of like this, a new kind of entity, something that is not exactly has a physical form? That is what I want to know. Are we going to see something actually physical that is corporeal? Or are we going to see just more kind of entities, spirit-like beings that we haven't seen before? What are we going to get? I don't know. I hope we get a little bit of both, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it'd be a little bit of both. Yeah.
I think it's going to be
I hope so.
something that's in between. I don't think it's going to be one thing or the other. Season 1, we had the monsters, and the monsters were physical manifestations. Season 2, there was a lot of psychological, whether it was the locusts or even Martin and the ballerina in the music box, which granted the music box did become physical, but it still had an aspect of psychological. I think now you're going to see the blending of the two. It's going to be something that's one thing in the physical, that's almost like the Nazgul, right? It's going to be one thing in the physical realm, but it's going to be but it's going to exist in the spiritual realm. But it has such power that it actually has a physical manifestation. If I had to hazard a guess or throw a dart, that's what I would be doing.
Yeah, it sounds great to me.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely potentially see that. Like you said, like a nice little blending of the two. Now that we have seen both and what they're both capable of, let's see if something has a foot in both worlds, kind of type thing. I could see that. That could be interesting. That could be pretty interesting. Oblivion Abyss thinks yes, we are going to see some new stuff. Laura Butler says yes as well. Purple Alizé says yes as well. So it looks like we have some people that do think we are going to get something new this season. Elgen is the son of Fatima. That was a pretty interesting theory that first popped up, that Elgen was potentially this time-traveling fetus that really is the son of Elisa and Fatima. It's an interesting theory. I mean, I don't know if that's going to happen, but it's a cool theory. It would certainly be a nice twist if that was the case. Like, it'd be a crazy twist. I mean, how are they going to explain that if that is the case? But that'd be cool. I mean, it could be pretty cool. Season 3 is so tightly tied to season 2 so far. Kind of, but I'm kind of more getting some season 1 vibes. In terms of, like, it seems like the monsters are going to be like a pretty big threat this season. Like, the monsters are really coming back with a vengeance. And that's what season 1 was. Season 1 was pretty much just all monster threats. Then you get into season 2, and as Aldous mentioned, it gets a little bit more into the kind of psychological kind of torture, a little bit more of the spirit kind of realm with this weird entity that they were dealing with. But now that season 3 is back, it looks like the monsters are going to be a pretty big threat again. And so I'm kind of getting season 1 vibes, but who knows? Maybe I imagine we'll probably get aspects of both, because again, it doesn't seem like these entities are gone for good. It seems like we are going to get some more weird spirit entity action. As Dominic says, yes, we will get some new entities. Awesome. Is Elgen a protector messenger? I feel he's connected to the Crows mission, also serving as protectors. Oh, interesting. Okay. And that's another thing. I mean, we've been wondering what the heck is up with these dang Crows. The show has clearly been showing us that these Crows are going to play some kind of role on the show. But in terms of what that role is, we still know less than nothing in terms of what these Crows really are. What is their true purpose on the show? But could Elgen be tied into that purpose? Maybe.
He wears that shirt.
Maybe.
He's got his crow shirt.
That's a good point. Very good point. Yeah.
Attempted murder.
Yeah. Ty Briggs brings up something that I am super, super hopeful that we are going to see this season. I hope we see what is outside of that cabin. Yes, Ty Briggs. And again, I know we've mentioned this in the past, but when you look at season 3, episode 1, we get 2 different references, not one. We get 2 different references to Boyd and what was dragging he and Sarah's tent at the end of season 1. Almost like they threw those lines in season 3 to kind of almost remind the audience that that mystery is still out there. When I see a writer setting a dialogue piece up like that early on, that tells me that at some point in season 3, we might actually get the answer as to what was really dragging that tent. Because again, you don't just throw 2 random references like that into a show in the very first episode if you're not kind of setting up some kind of foreshadowing later on down the road. And then when you see what happened to Jim and Kenny outside of the cabin, it started to give me similar vibes as to, could this be the same thing that was dragging Boyd and Sarah's tent, maybe? It also gave me those vibes as to whatever was knocking on the bottom of the RV in season 2 when they were all trapped in the RV. Boyd, Donna, Randall, and Jim. There's the RV is tipped over on its side. Logically, nothing should be able to be under it. It's right up against the ground. Yet we hear the weird knocking coming from the ground. Probably just the entity playing tricks with Boyd, trying to scare them maybe. But those are the two scenes that it kind of reminded me of. But seeing the reference, not one, the two different references that we get to Boyd's tent being dragged, I get the feeling, again, they're reminding the audience that that is still out there, and we might get some kind of, if not a definitive answer, I feel like we're going to at least learn a little bit more as to what potentially was dragging that tent. Because again, you don't have, from a writer standpoint, you don't throw a line in there like that if you're not kind of setting it up for something later, usually anyway. But I think we'll
Right.
get some kind of answer. I think we'll get some
Yeah,
kind of answer.
And whatever that is, do the talismans also protect against that? And was it dragging the tent for good reasons or bad reasons, to help them or to?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, we don't know yet.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We don't know. We don't know. That's the thing. I mean, it starts dragging this tent, and then the talisman fell right down. Whatever was dragging that tent, I imagine it probably could have easily slaughtered Boyd and Sarah with very little effort if it wanted to. I mean, it seemed like whatever was dragging them was something powerful, something that, again, probably could have killed them if it wanted to. But it didn't. And not only that, when they wake up the next morning or when the tent is done being dragged, they find themselves incredibly close to the lighthouse, within distance that the lighthouse light is shining on the tent. So it starts to make you think, was this thing dragging the tent because it was trying to throw them off course? Or was this thing potentially trying to help and get them closer to the lighthouse?
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if that was necessarily something that was bad. I think that thing could have been maybe helping them, getting them closer to it.
Well, and again, it doesn't have to. We didn't see it, so you can't assume it was physical. It can be metaphysical.
True.
It also could have been
Very true.
completely. It could have been completely psychological. They were in the exact same place, but it's messing with their head, and they're seeing something different. So you've got tons of different avenues there. So, and that's where I think season 1 physical, season 2 they hinted at things. Season 2 is the inverse. I think here they're going to really start playing with the blended concept.
Okay. I can see that being the case, where they even maybe kind of lean into the ambiguity of that, where us as the audience are kind of left to wonder: is this physical? Is this psychological? What exactly are they doing? I like when shows kind of lean into that, ambiguity feeling. And that's what I like about Yellow Jackets. And I know I kind of always bring up Yellow Jackets as a reference to this because anyone who's watched Yellow Jackets, the supernatural things that are happening on that show, they're leaving just enough room for doubt to make you think, is this really supernatural occurrences, or is this all in their heads? The show is deliberately leaving it ambiguous, and the showrunners have even spoken to this. They specifically set the show up that way, where they want the audience to question whether these things are really supernatural occurrences or whether it's just all in their head psychologically. And again, I love when shows lean into that ambiguous feeling where you're just not quite sure what it is because they're not giving you that definitive answer one way or the other. And I could definitely see From leading into that kind of territory in some aspects here and there as well, for sure. Spiders, please, says Laura Butler. Yeah, that's what a lot of people thought in season 1, that it was some kind of giant spider that was dragging the tent. And I suppose anything's possible, but I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Let's see what else we got. The voodoo dolls outside of the cabin may turn to life at night to protect that land. That was an interesting theory that was being raised as well. These kind of scarecrow totem things that Kenny and Jim find are literally becoming alive at night. And like you said, maybe protecting the town or some other weird thing. And again, a show like this, I suppose anything really is possible. One thing that's interesting about that Kenny and Jim scene, though, when they are in that cabin and they start to hear the knocking, if you watch that scene with the subtitles on, you get a little bit of more context as to what could potentially be going on. Nothing too definitive, but when you watch these kind of really ambiguous scenes, I would highly recommend everybody watching it regularly and then watching it again with the subtitles on, because sometimes the subtitles will give you direct descriptions of certain things that are happening. Like in this scene, for instance, you hear twig snapping, then you hear thumping, then you hear knock on wall, the description says, and then it says footsteps departing. That's the physical description of the audio in that scene. Footsteps departing. And that leads you to believe that it was something actually physical that was maybe standing outside of that cabin, knocking and then walking away. Some people think it was Christopher. Some people thought it was Eloise. Some people thought it was someone new that we haven't met before. But again, the subtitles can sometimes give you some interesting kind of ideas where you can maybe craft theories a little bit more accurately based on getting an extra data point that you won't get if you only listen to it. So I would highly recommend whenever you get scenes like that, always watch them with the subtitles on, because you never know what the subtitles are going to reveal. Like, again, in this case where you literally see footsteps departing, like something's walking away from the cabin. But yeah, I mean, I have no idea what it was.
What was weird with the scarecrows is it seemed like I kind of thought that they were maybe surrounding the village, and maybe they are, but it almost seems like they were leading to the village.
Yes. It does
So I'm not
kind of.
sure.
I was of a. No, I was of a similar mind as well. Because that's what I thought. I thought, could these things potentially be circling the town, and are these like another form of talisman that keeps evil out of this little enclosed space? But as you mentioned, Snug, like when you watch the episode again and you actually see the path that these things are following, it looks like it's actually leading to the town as opposed to enclosing the town in a circular radius. It's kind of a path there. So that is a good point. That is a very good point. We got J Mart for $5. Thank you so much, J Mart, for the 5. I think the scarecrows can move around. They were the ones moving around outside of the cabin. Maybe they are protectors. And again, maybe they are. Maybe is this some weird kind of form of protection, maybe to kind of keep this village safe? Maybe Jim and Kenny entering the village activated them in some way, shape, or form. Whereas when there's nobody around, they're just regular scarecrows. Yet someone comes by, they become alive and get activated. Maybe it's interesting. I suppose, again, a show like this that's so trippy, I suppose anything is possible. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they actually come alive again. I get the feeling that was something kind of a little more, corporeal that was standing outside of that cabin. But who knows? I mean, what exactly are the purpose of these things? If they're not some kind of protector or guardian, what is the real purpose of these weird totems? And hopefully we learn a little bit more about them, some definitive answers. But no, I like that theory that they could potentially be protectors of some sort, maybe, of the town. That's interesting.
Could be, yeah.
That is definitely interesting. Yeah. Very interesting indeed. All right, let's see what else we got. Yeah, that would be creepy to see them moving around. It would, wouldn't it be? I mean, yeah, you just see these things start kind of just huddling around over there. That'd be super creepy, absolutely creepy. But again, that's this show for you. That is this show for you. I need to see some more of Martin. Yeah, I mean, that would be awesome to see a little bit more of Martin and maybe learn a little bit more definitively, like how he first came in contact with the worms, how the entity was first imprisoned in that weird kind of place that Boyd finds. A lot of questions still surrounding Martin and how that entity got trapped there in the first place. For sure. I think we will see more of these spirits that are naked to their eye. If my theory is correct, we will see a Medusa adaptation. Ooh, okay. Interesting, Percy. Interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
Some kind of Medusa. Maybe. I believe Elgen is Fatima's son, and he's remembering things, not having a vision. Okay, interesting. Yeah, again, the whole Elgen potentially being Fatima and Ellis's son from the future. It's an interesting theory. I mean, it's not one that I personally think is accurate, but it is a cool theory. Again, I like wild theories every once in a while, and that one would be a pretty big subversion of expectations if they did go that route. But no, maybe. I mean, there are certainly a lot of people that seem to think that is the case. That theory has been, becoming more and more popular as the show goes on. People thinking that he is some kind of future son of Elgen and Fatima, maybe. So, yeah, could be. I don't know. Could be interesting. I forgot where I read the folklore about how the ballerina was evil totem. Ooh, the ballerina might have been an evil totem. Maybe. What about the Marine in the cellar? Was he the first type of Boyd like Neo? Was he the 100th Neo in the Matrix Reloaded? That's exactly a really good question, Plants and Herbs, because yes, we see that Martin was in there in that dungeon. He was the vessel for these worms before Boyd came around, but was Martin the first vessel? I'm not so sure he was, because if we look back to that scene, if you look next to Martin on some of the other walls, you can see two skeletons that are chained to the wall, almost like there were two other bodies in there at one point, or maybe Martin was the third vessel of these worms in a long line of history, maybe. I'm not quite sure. Again, seeing those two skeleton bodies that were strapped to the wall, that led me to believe that maybe Martin wasn't the first. But I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think about Martin? You think we'll ever see Martin again, or you think that storyline is closed?
I think it's closed.
I think if you see him, it's going to be in a flashback, and it's going to
Yeah,
be
it
a
could
younger
be.
version of him. I don't
It could
know.
be, yeah.
I don't think you're ever going to get an explanation to how did Martin end up there. I think you're going to show like it'd be a flashback of like a young Martin putting a pack on and like walking into a tree line, and that's the last time anybody saw him. And then the next time you see him is when Boyd finds him in the tower. Right? You're going to get like a little snippet that's just a callback, just enough, because again, let the imagination run wild. You don't need to explain how he ended up there, but it'd be nice to have the front end, just the prologue of how did the journey that ended in that tower start?
Well, do we kind of already have how he ended up there? Because you've got the cicadas kind of put I guess it wasn't necessary. They seem to be, I guess, in two places at once. That you had three people there. Martin was the last of the three, and then you had Julie, Randall, and Mari there as possible the next three that reload for the entity to survive for longer.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. Like you were saying, all this, we get all we really hear from Martin's point of view is that for him, everything changed once he went through the tree. That apparently kind of seemingly indicating that maybe he went through the faraway tree and maybe ended up in that same shaft Boyd did. And maybe that's how Martin originally got, stuck in this place. Or did he get infected with these worms by some other means, and then did he physically get trapped in this place, afterwards? I mean, like you said, I wouldn't be too surprised. As much as I really do want some more answers for Martin, I wouldn't be too surprised if that storyline is kind of closed and they don't really kind of go back to it. Because again, there's just so much other mystery to look to kind of for them to kind of get to. I do expect some things to kind of get left unanswered here and there. Like another one that has become kind of a meme up until this point. It's really just become a funny joke now. But we've been wondering ever since that scene first played, how the heck did Martin throw down the rope to Boyd if he was chained to a wall? And again, it started off as a serious question, and it really kind of had just evolved into, again, like a meme or a joke where we kind of laugh at it every once in a while. But there still are some people that bring it up every once in a while that still wonder, how did Martin drop that rope if he was chained to a wall? Again, it's a valid question to ask, at least. But yeah, it's closed, says Jay Sleek. Again, I'm leaning a little bit more towards it's closed. Martin moved on. Again, I think Martin is dead and gone. And I don't get the feeling we're going to get any more definitive backstory on him. Again, I'd love to. I hope we do. I guess I'm just not really expecting it. I'm kind of expecting that storyline to kind of be closed now. But who knows? I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
I believe Martin knows Victor, and that's an interesting possibility as well, because we're not quite sure what time period Martin is from. I mean, it seems like Martin was a member of the town at one point, but was he a member of the town during the 1978 time period when Victor was a kid, or was Martin a part of the town from an earlier timeline? It's hard to tell.
I want to say, didn't we establish that the typography font that was used in the United States Marine Corps tattoo has to be post Korea?
I thought it was was it post Korea or post 1890 or something like that?
Yeah,
because of the design of it.
But we don't know like exactly when, but if you make the assumption they did their homework and got that tattoo's font correct, it has to be after point A, whatever point A. And I can't remember where we ended up on that. But that does establish that we have a range. right? So we know that it's some point with a hard early post-Civil War. Man, I thought it was a lot later than post-Civil War. I thought it was
might
at
be.
I
I'm
thought it
not
was
100%
18.
sure.
I'm
Was it like
remembering late
Spanish
1800s.
American or something.
Yeah, mid to late 1800s.
So we
Post-Civil
know
War.
that it's
but
in
yeah.
that range. So we know that it's out. I'm pretty sure we at least ruled out Civil War. So we know
Yes,
it
we
wasn't
did.
then.
Yeah.
So it's like 1890 to now, relatively speaking.
Okay.
So it just as a frame of reference, because I do remember I was in the Discord for a lot of that discussion back at that point. So.
Yeah, and I do see people, a few people were asking for the link to the Discord. The link is always pinned to the top of the chat. You can find the link to our Discord, and you can always find it in our description as well. I'll throw it in the chat again just to kind of to refresh. But our link to the Discord is usually always pinned to the top of our chat because Kiwi is usually very grateful in terms of dropping that link in for us periodically. So I like to kind of throw it up there, pin it to the top of the chat so she doesn't have to continuously throw it in all night. But here it is again, if anyone is looking for our Discord link. We will be doing a live watch party of Season 3, Episode 2 tomorrow night, Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here live on YouTube and streaming in the Discord. We will be doing another live watch party, and we're going to be doing that every single week. Every week, Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the channel. I will be going live, and we will be doing a live YouTube streaming and live watch party at the same time. Again, you can either watch on your own device and hit play at the same time we do, or you can pile on into the Discord and just hang out and watch it on that screen in there, because somebody will be streaming it directly in our Discord tomorrow night. So yes, we definitely are doing another watch party tomorrow night and every other Sunday night following. I'll go live here around 8 p.m. Eastern, around an hour or so before it airs, because it usually airs at 9 p.m. Eastern on Sunday every week. So yeah, every week, Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we will be going live, doing a nice little pregame show for around an hour or so, and then diving into the live watch party, and then discussing the episode afterwards as well. So we have a very, very fun Sunday planned every single week, and hopefully you guys come and hang out with us and enjoy the watch party. Even if you end up watching the episode right when it drops at midnight tonight, come back tomorrow and watch it for an encore. You know how this show goes. It's always very beneficial to watch these episodes multiple times to really catch all the things in the background that you might miss the first go around. And at least I do. I try to watch every episode at least 3 times before I make my video. But tonight we are hanging out until the episode drops. The episode will be dropping on MGM Plus at midnight, which is around 40 minutes from now. So tonight, right at midnight, when midnight hits, I will end this stream, and we will all go for anyone who wants to participate anyway. Right at midnight tonight, when the episode drops on MGM Plus, anyone who's planning on staying up late and watching it, I will be watching it right at midnight when it drops as well. And then when I am done watching it, an hour after it drops, so it drops at midnight Eastern Standard Time, so probably around 1 a.m., an hour later, I will be kicking off a live Discord voice chat in the Discord tonight, where we will all be piling into the Discord and talking about all things from Season 3, Episode 2, live together tonight, a nice late night discussion of the late episode. So for any of my night owls who are planning on staying up to midnight and watching the episode, when you're done watching it, hop on into the Discord and join us. We will be hanging out in there and talking about all things from Episode 2, Season 3, Episode 2. And I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it. Again, it looks like this episode is going to be a bit of a tearjerker. If our awesome message that we received from Jade, the awesome birthday message I received from Jade, was any indication, it looks like Episode 2 left the entire cast in tears by the time they were done watching it. Check this out.
Jeremy, listen. If Scarlett and Dana Marie are telling the truth, I love you already, man. You are a kind human being. You're one of the kindest streamers on YouTube. A+, 5 stars. Highly recommend. You're the best. They reached out to me because they wanted me to put together a little cameo for you. Pardon the buses and commuter traffic around me here in Los Angeles. I love that you have 25,000 subscribers. Holy cow, that's incredible. As a complete muppet on social media myself, and not really understanding the point of it or what I'm supposed to do when I'm on there, I'm very impressed. These are very good numbers. Congratulations. Good for you. So what is happening? Apparently it's your birthday. Happy birthday. And you're going to be streaming our show and breaking it down. Good on you, man. Awesome. It's From Week. You're doing the From things. I'm very excited. What a crazy episode. I assume you've already seen it, but if you haven't, holy crap. And so many crazy things happen in that episode. I feel like it's off to a good start this season. I feel like there's something just a little bit different about the season. I feel like there's a different energy that's been sort of injected into it, and it's very powerful. I will say this. I will say that I watched it for the first time with just a giant auditorium full of strangers, friendly strangers, however, who like the show, and it was very emotional. I did also see a sneak peek of episode 2 with the cast at Harold's house, and there was not a dry eye in the room. And this is a pretty tough audience, right? Because it's like people who've seen behind the curtain. Didn't matter. They fucking loved it and cried hard because of things that they saw. Because it's a TV show. Okay, Jeremy, congratulations. Happy birthday. You're so lucky to have friends like Anne-Marie and Dana Marie and Scarlett. My bad. And keep doing the amazing things you're doing, my friend. Take care. Have a great weekend. Keep striving. 25,000, 250,000 this time next year, buddy. All right. See ya.
Ah, man, just still just the coolest birthday present I have gotten in as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
So cool. But I thought that's a very interesting comment that he made, that they watched episode 2 together at Harold Perrineau's house. And apparently by the time they were done watching it, everybody was in tears. So it looks like we are going to have, again, probably some very heartfelt goodbyes to Tien Chen, some very powerful scenes. And we do notice that the title to episode 2 is entitled When We Go. And I have put forth a theory back in my video last week that I get a feeling that this title is, I'm sure many of you have probably thought the same, that this title is probably a wink and a nod to the phenomenal scene that we get between Jade and Tien Chen in season 1 when he is trying to comfort her about the loss of her husband.
You know, I grew up in France with my grandma. She died when I was 12. I had to come back to the States. I was crying at the airport. And this nice lady bought me a soda. I told her what was wrong. She said to me, "They come with you when you go." I guess what I'm just trying to say is, don't be sad. I'll come with you when you go.
She'll come with you when you go. And again, I get the feeling the title of tonight's episode is indeed probably a wink and a nod to that phenomenal scene and that great little message that Jade had for Tien Chen. But even on top of that, even to make things even worse, to give us even more confirmation that this episode is going to be an absolute nuts and gnarly one, we also have this as well. If I can pull it up here and show it to y'all, I will. Let's see what we got here. Let me stop sharing that. Let me share this. Present. Now, we also got this from Harold Perrineau. He recently put this out a few hours ago. And according to Harold Perrineau, he states, let's see if I can get this up. Here we go. Harold Perrineau himself says, "Okay, for me, tomorrow is the last time I will watch this episode ever," referring to this episode that is coming up, episode 2. Harold Perrineau himself, "Okay, for me, tomorrow is the last time I will watch this episode ever." And that leads me to believe that this is going to be a heavy one, guys. This is going to be a gnarly, gnarly freaking episode. And I can't wait to see what they mean and in terms of what they are going to have in store for us. Again, John Griffin is just absolute mad lad in the best possible way in terms of the show that he has crafted here. And again, the actors and actresses who are putting forth these roles in just such a phenomenal way. Man, I cannot wait to see what they have in store for us for this one. But apparently it's going to be a rough one, or a heavy one at the very least.
Yeah.
It's going to be a heavy episode. Man, it is going to be a heavy one. It is going to be a heavy one, guys. And again, big shout out to Elizabeth Moy as well, the actress who played Tien Chen. Just wanted to say how just super grateful we all are for letting us be a part of your awesome story here on From. You will definitely be missed. You are definitely one of the more beloved characters on the show. I know a lot of people were sad to see you go. So again, big shout out to Elizabeth Moy as well, and the awesome performance in crafting just such a pure-hearted character, and someone who actually managed to remain pure even in this nightmarish landscape. So R.I.P. to Tien Chen. We will miss
Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely.
You.
Well said.
Yep.
And hey, if it hasn't been said yet, anybody in the chat that doesn't wish Jeremy a happy birthday, you're spending a night in the box.
You gotta be careful with that box. It'll get you.
All right, ding dongs. It's almost go time. Anybody fucks this up, you spend a night in the box.
Love it.
Yeah, I made sure to go out and get some of my favorite Jade clips. Here's
Those
another good
people,
one.
they got on my bus. It was my job to get them where they were going.
All right, tell me something. Does your pity party come with music? Will you be serving finger sandwiches?
Look, it's not your fault, okay?
Will you be serving finger sandwiches? And then this is another all-time favorite one of mine. And thank you guys so much for all the happy birthday wishes. You guys are the absolute best. I see you all in the chat. I absolutely cannot tell you how much I appreciate each and every one of you.
The immediate question is, how do we get home, right? How do we get out? How do we get out of here? Because unless we know where here is, we can't get out of here. It's like this. It's like hitting a bullseye with your eyes closed, right? You're just throwing them blind. You don't even fucking know where the fucking target is. Maybe it's over here. I don't know. Maybe it's just like went that way. Throwing it. Come on.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. Got to love good old Jade. And of course, there's always the one of my favorite Jade scenes, super early on in season 1, when he steals this poor girl's bike.
It's not quite my Giacometti, but yeah, it'll do. Oh, perfect. Is that for me?
Excuse me?
Hey, do you have anything motorized, like a scooter or something?
No.
No? Hey, this will do. Thank you.
That's my.
The best part about that is they're in a commune house, and she says that's mine. Like
right.
Man, you gotta love Jade. He really hit this town like a freaking ton of bricks, and he just has not slowed down since. But yeah, here we go, guys. We are getting closer and closer now. We are less than 30 minutes away from episode 2 of season 3. So I suppose while we kill these last 25 minutes or so, we can take a look at some of these episode 2 stills that were released. Give us a small little sneak peek at what we can maybe look forward to in episode 2, although there's no spoilers here, really, just an interesting sneak peek. Most of it is pictures we've seen in previous trailers and stuff. But here we have Sarah returning to the medical clinic for probably the first time since she's killed Toby. Or actually for the first time since she has gotten that advice from, not advice, but the last time Sarah was at the medical clinic, she was having a conversation with Christy here, and she was saying, if you had to do one bad thing and it got everybody home, would you do it? And Christy said, yes, I would. And Christy has been feeling very guilty ever since then, almost feeling like she kind of gave Sarah permission to go and kill Ethan, because that was the dilemma that Sarah was struggling at this point. Do I commit this heinous act if it gets us all home? Christy kind of gave her that reinforcement to kind of go forth and do it. So Christy's been feeling very guilty about that ever since. So it looks like we're going to see a reunion between Sarah and Christy in this episode. So that should be interesting to see how that goes. But based on Christy's face here, she is not happy to see Sarah.
Right.
Not
Have you discussed?
Maybe she's looking in the mirror, though. Maybe there's a mirror there and she
Maybe
sees
she's
her
not happy
haircut.
about the haircut.
Ooh, that's a good call. Because the other question is, does with the death of Kenny's mom, does Christy throw some pity Kenny's way, and does he lose his V card?
No, I don't think so.
No,
So.
everybody's just like, no, that's not happening.
That is not happening.
I think as long as Marielle is around, Kenny has no chance with Christy. If something happens to Marielle and she gets killed off in some way, then I think Kenny might have a chance. But with Marielle here, I don't think Christy's going to go there.
Yeah, I love how everybody's just like, no. Like, there's no thought. No, that's not happening.
Everybody in the chat, too. Nope. Kenny ain't getting none. Nope. So, yeah, it seems like everybody agrees. Also, we have this. We know that Tabitha is going to be is meeting Henry. We saw her meet Henry at the end of episode 1, which is seemingly Victor's father, which a lot of us kind of had a guess before the season started when we saw the pictures of this guy. I think a lot of us knew that it was either Victor's father or some other kind of familial figure. And it looks like it is. So we're going to be getting a little bit of a conversation between Tabitha and Henry. And we saw in the trailer, Henry was getting kind of angry. I mean, when he's kind of yelling back at Tabitha, where did you get the lunchbox? So whatever story Tabitha gives Henry in the beginning, the story about Fromville, it seems like in the beginning, he's not really believing her. I don't know what she does or says to kind of ultimately that ends up convincing him that she is telling the truth. But at least at the beginning, it seems like Henry is not quite believing what Tabitha was saying based on that trailer. Right. And then, of course, we have all of these crazy paintings that we are going to be hopefully getting some more answers for. These paintings that we have been seeing in the trailers ever since the trailers first started coming out. What exactly does all of this mean? Who painted these things? Whoever painted them? How did they know about Fromville? Because clearly whoever painted these paintings, I mean, we got the boy in white, we got faraway trees, we got the Ankui stones here, these 7 Ankui stones, we got the lighthouse, we got the Civil War soldier. A lot of direct references to things inside Fromville. Another faraway tree here. A lot of Easter eggs that point to, okay, whoever was painting these things, they've either been to Fromville or they've at least had some visions of it and have seen it in dreams or something like that, because these are very accurate in terms of the things that we've seen on the show. Again, clearly the Ankui children rocks right there. Clearly the Civil War soldier. Clearly the lighthouse. A lot of direct references.
I still think that Eloise gets back. I think those are going to be Eloise's paintings.
Part of me wants that to be the case too, but then I'm wondering if that was the case, how come Henry is reacting this way to Tabitha's story? If Eloise did make it back to the real world and made it back to her father, Henry, then it would stand to reason that Henry would already know about what Eloise went through. But you see, it seems like Henry is reacting very negatively to Tabitha's story in the beginning, and that tells me that he doesn't know what happened to Eloise, that she never returned to him. Maybe she did make it back to the real world, but I do think she maybe made it back to the real world, but I don't think she returned to Henry, because it seems like Henry's having a very explosive reaction to what Tabitha is saying in the beginning, like he doesn't believe her.
Well, I was kind of thinking that if she came back, she probably, there's all these paintings that she had severe psychological problems, and maybe that's why he's reacting negatively, because she's not there anymore. If she was there, she's not there anymore. And so maybe something else happened to her as a result, and he just doesn't want to get drawn back into that.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I mean, because clearly he recognized the lunchbox right away, and that was something we had a feeling would be the catalyst that brought Tabitha and another character together in season 3. The writers put the lunchbox in Tabitha's possession for a very specific reason. They didn't just give that to her willy-nilly. That was meant to bring characters together. And here we're seeing that happen, where as soon as he sees that lunchbox, he instantly recognizes it, but then he goes, where did you get that lunchbox? Almost like he's under the impression that his family has just been missing all of these years and he has no idea what happened to any of them. But
Right.
I guess we're going to find out, though. I guess we
Yeah,
are
we
we
should
are
find out
20
tonight.
minutes
Yeah,
away. Yeah, we
yeah,
are
we should
20
find out
minutes
tonight.
away now, guys, from finding out. Just 20 more minutes. We also see this. We see the Matthews family. We see Jim, Julie, and Ethan. And here we can see the snow is definitely already starting to get a little bit worse. We saw in episode 1 there was a little bit of snow on the ground, but not a whole lot. Seems like the snow is already starting to progressively get worse. So I guess it's going to be interesting to see just how bad it eventually ends up getting. How bad will this winter in Fromville truly get? I don't know. But I get the feeling this is probably maybe them on their way to the church, maybe for the Tien Chen funeral. We do know,
Yeah.
based on the trailers and based on what happened at the end of episode 1, it looks like we are going to be getting this kind of funeral scene for Tien Chen as the entire town bids well to a beloved member, is the episode synopsis. Here we see Kenny again. Very kind of 1,000-yard stare on his face. He doesn't look angry, doesn't look sad, just looks like he's just drained, like he's just empty. And again, we've seen the reaction that he makes in the trailer. It looks like this act is going to start to put Kenny on the path where he's going to want revenge. He wants payback against these monsters for what they've taken from him. And it doesn't seem like he's again, the father's death devastated him, nearly broke him. This one seems to be hardening his resolve in terms of wanting revenge. And again, that could lead to Kenny becoming an absolute badass on the show, or that could lead to Kenny.
Let's slow down.
Or what is more likely is that is going to lead to Kenny getting himself and others around him severely hurt with his just drive for revenge. He could end up getting himself or others around him very, very hurt.
Yeah, I think that's
probably the more likely one. Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Oh gosh, who was it in the chat? Yeah, Veach says Kenny Wick activated. Yeah, no, I don't see that happening.
Kenny Wick is on the prowl, guys. Kenny Wick. I like that. But yeah, no, it's going to be interesting to see, what he does and what this plan that he has for the monsters is going to be. It seems like, at the very least, he's going to try and attempt to use fire against the monsters, which is something we have been screaming at this show for 2 seasons to do up until this point. A lot of us have been thinking that fire will probably kill one of these monsters. And again, if the indication we get in season 2, when they successfully destroy Smiley's body by burning it, it seems to reason that fire might just work against these things. But yeah, Kenny Wick activated, Rambo Kenny. Maybe, who knows? Maybe we'll see a different Kenny going forward. But again, I do think he has to be careful. Again, we have, like I said earlier, when you set out on the path to revenge, dig 2 graves, not just one. Because oftentimes revenge can lead to your own downfall as much as the downfall of the person you're trying to avenge against. So yeah, I think Kenny's going to have to be careful. He's going to have to keep his emotions in check. If he is kind of going down this path where he wants payback, he needs to do it in a smart manner, especially when it comes to deploying this fire. Like we've said previously, fire is chaotic. It's not very easy to control. If he's planning on using fire against these monsters, he better have a pretty good foolproof plan that he doesn't end up burning the entire freaking town down. Is he going to go directly to the caves and try and burn them out? That would probably be the safer bet. Or is he going to set some kind of trap for them when they come into the town at night? I don't know. But it looks like Kenny is trying to go on the offensive here. So should be interesting. Let's see what else we got. Bing died and Kenny decided to play real life Minecraft and started chopping trees. That's what he did. That's exactly what he did. Yeah, he died. He goes right out to the forest and starts chopping that tree down. Will the episode drop at 3 a.m. Eastern? No, the episode will actually be dropping at midnight Eastern. At least it did last week. Last week, episode 1 dropped right at midnight Eastern Standard Time, which, again, should be around 15 minutes from now. Well, 17 minutes from now, technically. We should have the next episode of From loaded up on MGM in 17 minutes. And again, when it loads up at midnight, anyone who is planning on staying up late and watching it, I am also going to be staying up late and watching it. I'm watching it right when it drops. So right around 12 o'clock, again, 15 minutes or so from now, I will end this live stream. That way we can all go and watch from on our respective MGM accounts when it drops right at midnight. And as soon as I am done watching it, I am going to be starting up a late night live Discord voice chat. So anybody who wants to come and hang out in the Discord and have a nice late night discussion, diving into all things episode 2 of From, I will be in there. I hope many of you will be in there with me as we dive into the festivities. Cannot wait to see what this episode is going to have in store for us. But again, instead of doing just a live watch party right at 12 when the episode drops, we are going to be doing our watch party tomorrow night, Sunday night. Every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, our watch party will officially be going live. I'll probably go live around an hour or so before that for a little bit of a pregame show. But every Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be doing live watch parties right here, and we will be streaming it live in our Discord as well. So whether you want to watch on your own screen during the watch party, or whether you want to hop into the Discord and watch it on that screen, either or, you are welcome. Whatever you choose, whatever you're more comfortable with, that is fine. But tonight, again, right around midnight and around 15 minutes from now, I will end this live stream. We can all go watch episode 2 when it drops on MGM Plus at midnight. Then when we're all done watching it, anybody who wants to come and participate and come and hang out with us in the Discord, I will be starting up a live Discord voice chat around an hour or so after the episode premieres, right when we're all done watching it. And anybody who wants to come and hang out and pile on in there, we will be diving into all things pertaining to this new episode and seeing what we can see. I mean, I look forward to seeing what this episode has in store for us. And I very much look forward to talking about it with as many of you that want to come and hang out with us tonight in the Discord. It should be fun. Should be fun. We got Tug in the house. What is up, Tug? LOL. Kenny.
Hey. Hey.
What is up, Tug? Good to see you, my friend. I hope you are ready for episode 2, which is just around the corner now, my friend. Always good to see you. I'm glad that you're enjoying the show. And yeah, I mean, as much as I want to see Kenny Wick, I mean, this is Kenny. He's Kenny the Virgin. It's Kenny.
It's gonna be the anti Kenny Wick.
Maybe. But Ando, thank you very much, my friend. Ando just dropped our Discord link in the chat. So anybody who wants to come and join our Discord and come and hang out for the late night discussion as we talk about episode 2, again, everybody is welcome. Whether you want to come and join the voice chat and talk with us, or whether you want to come and join the voice chat and just not talk and just participate in the chat. The voice chat has 2 options. You can either talk through your microphone and you can enter right through your cell phone. It's that easy. Or if you don't feel like comfortable talking, that is fine. You can just chat in the live chat. It has a live chat, much like the YouTube live chat here, where you guys can let us know your thoughts and your theories heading into future episodes of From as we dissect episode 2 tonight, late night style, in the Discord. Again, probably around 1 a.m. Eastern, around an hour after the episode drops, so we all have enough time to watch it, gather our thoughts, head on into the Discord, and we will be discussing it live. And yeah, I hope you guys come and join us. Discord doesn't work. I will drop a fresh link in there right now. Here is a fresh Discord link. There it is right there. Fresh Discord link. I'll pin that one to the top of the chat so it'll be easy to find for everybody. There it is. Yes, yeah. Virgin Rage might be the best rage, says Tug. It might be. I mean, you make a good point. Who's more angry than a freaking virgin? I mean, you make a good point, Tug. You make a good point.
Especially pushing 30.
Yeah, really. Yeah, poor Kenny, man. Poor Kenny. What time is it dropping? It is dropping 12 minutes from now. If you are an MGM Plus subscriber, or if you watch it through Amazon Prime, you will have access to it around 12 minutes from now, midnight Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time at midnight. It will be dropping directly on the MGM Plus app, or you should be able to watch it through your Amazon Prime subscription if you watch through Amazon as well. But yes, 12 minutes from now, the episode is officially dropping, and that is when I will be ending this live stream so we can all go watch the episode, and then anyone who wants to come and reconvene, I will be doing a late night Discord voice chat where we can all hop in there and talk about episode 2 together. Get your blunts ready, your drinks ready, find your tissues in hand, find your tissues on hand. It's going to be one of those nights. It might be. It might be. Will Yellow Jackets return? It will. I have heard that that show will return. It's actually going to be returning early 2025. So again, probably January, February, March, right around that time, a new season of that will be dropping. And apparently they have this bonus episode that they're going to be dropping before that even. So yes, anyone who is a Yellow Jackets fan, that show will be coming back around pretty soon now. I know that one's been a very long, extended wait due to the writers and actors strike, but that show is returning for sure. For sure. But yeah, here we go, guys. Episode 2, right around the corner. It looks like we have the Tien Chen funeral to look forward to. It looks like we are finally going to get a little bit more answers on what the heck is going on with all these weird drawings in Henry's basement, which I know a lot of us are very much looking forward to. We see all of the direct from references from the boy in white, the Ankui rocks, the faraway trees, the lighthouse, the Civil War soldier. So many direct references to scenes we've seen right on the show. Here's the boy in white right there again. You see the boy in white is even represented. So it looks like we're going to get some interesting answers, and hopefully we get some definitive ones. They have been promising us all off season that season 3 will be the season that we finally get some definitive answers that are actually going to mean something. And maybe this episode will be, the start of that. We'll get some kind of definitive answer from Henry and Tabitha. Maybe she will have some kind of discovery, and at least maybe learn a little bit as to how Victor and his mother and Eloise originally got trapped in Fromville and why the father wasn't with them. There's been a lot of questions going on there. Some people think he might have been an abusive father or something. And I don't know. I don't want to judge the guy too harshly too soon just because we see him with a six-pack. I don't want to judge him on that alone. That's kind of harsh. He could just be a broken-hearted father that lost his family and has no idea what has happened to them and has just been kind of in a purgatory state for the last few decades. He just could be a very heartbroken man. He might not necessarily be this abusive father type. I feel like it could be either way. But I did see a big portion of the fandom thought that maybe he was some kind of abusive father type. And again, that could be possible. But again, it could also be possible that he's just a grieving father. So I think we're going to learn one way or another a little bit more. Yeah, I think we're going to learn something along those lines as to what is going on with Henry. Again, we see back in the town, it looks like there is more and more snow starting to fall. It's winter is truly come to Fromville. Winter is coming, as they say. We see Julie approaching Sarah, of all people. And we do know that Julie has that interesting line in the trailer in terms of her saying, I feel like this place has gotten inside my head and I'm afraid of what that might mean. And again, a lot of us have been wondering if Julie, Randall, and Mari are truly out of the woods. We saw them get possessed by this weird cicada-like entity at the end of season 2. They were all in this kind of coma-like state, and then they were seemingly rescued by Boyd. But what if it's not fully over? What if there is some kind of residual side effect to them being in that coma-like state, some kind of trauma that they have to deal with? I get the feeling it's not completely over for Julie, Randall, and Mari. I get the feeling something's coming around the corner for them. Here we see Sarah, who's probably still just trying to find her way in the town and try to find some way to be useful. Imagine at this point, there's still probably a big portion of the town that hates Sarah after everything that she's done. But we do see that she came to the rescue of Julie and Ethan in episode 1. So maybe we'll start to see Sarah, start to earn some trust back from some certain characters. A little bit of redemption, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? We got an interesting one here. It looks like Boyd and Ellis are going to have a pretty interesting heart-to-heart. Looks like right outside of the church, maybe right before or right after the Tien Chen funeral. But we did hear from Courtion, who plays Ellis. He did say that him and Boyd have some pretty deep and pretty profound heart-to-hearts in season 3. And maybe this is one of those conversations where they do have one of those kind of, those deep father-son heart-to-hearts, which they don't really have too much of usually. We see Julie, again, looking very despondent, looking very out of it. She's been very distant ever since she awoke from that cicada coma. We hear Jim say in episode 1 that she just won't talk to Jim. She won't talk to anybody about what happened to her. So whatever Julie is dealing with internally, it seems like she is struggling with it. And again, it's most likely tied back to her experience being in that coma. So maybe we'll learn a little bit more in episode 2 as to what Julie is really going through. And not only Julie, but Randall and Mari as well, because it looks like we're going to have some interesting scenes later in the season of Julie, Randall, and Mari together. Most likely kind of maybe comparing their experiences. We got Donna as well, and this is an interesting one. It almost looks like Donna is cleaning up blood. I wasn't quite sure what to make of this scene, if that is blood or if that's something else. I'm not quite sure, but what exactly is happening in episode 2? Is this blood? Is something nasty going to happen?
Well, you'd assume that they'd pull Tian's body out of the barn, and I'm sure she's going to be.
Could just be that. Okay, yeah, it could just be that. Could be that. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, good point. Yeah. Very good point.
Hey, man, thanks, Tug, for the super chat.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, wow, thank you. Thank you so much, Tug, for the 5. Very much appreciate you, my friend. Appreciate the coverage and dedication. Well, thank you, man. That means the world, especially coming from you, someone who is an absolute pro at this. Again, that really does mean the world.
We get to give a whoa to Tug.
We get to give a whoa to freaking Tug. Hell yes. But yeah, thank you so much, man. I super, super appreciate the support. Again, you've been an absolute legend in the field, and I've learned so much from watching professional streamers like you and the rest. And just thank you for the support, my friend. And yeah, we owe you a whoa.
Nice.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Hell yes. Hell yes. And yeah, here we are, guys. 5 minutes away. Yes, we are 5 minutes away from episode 2, season 3 of From. And again, I cannot wait to see what this episode has in store for us. Again, anyone who is planning on staying up and watching it late, I will be ending the stream here in a few minutes. But as soon as I am done watching episode 2, I will be starting up a live Discord voice chat. Anybody who wants to come and pile on in there and hang out and talk episode 2 with us, everybody is welcome. Would love to see you guys come and hang out with us tonight. Nice little late night discussion. And yeah, and then of course, tomorrow night, right here on the channel, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be going live, and we will be doing an encore live watch party of episode 2 again. So even if you're watching it tonight at midnight, definitely come back tomorrow night and hang out with us again for a nice encore watch party. Again, it really is good to watch these episodes at least twice so you can really catch some things that you might have missed the first time around, because From is very much famous for that in terms of hiding some things in the background that you might not always catch on just your first viewing. It's really good to watch these episodes 2 or even 3 times to really kind of see everything in the background that you may have missed. Some people catch it all on their first go around, and that's totally cool. But I think for the majority of the things that they throw into the show, you're always going to find some things on the second watch that you didn't catch on the first watch. So even if you are staying up to watch it at midnight tonight, definitely come back tomorrow night, hang out with us right here on the channel, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be doing a live watch party. We will be streaming the episode live directly in our Discord. Anybody who wants to do that, you can hop right in the Discord and watch it from there, or you can watch it from your own device and just hit play at the same time we hit play and watch along with us, whatever you prefer. The choice is yours. The choice is yours. But there we have it, folks. Episode 2 is just around the corner now, and I cannot wait to see what this one has in store for us. Again, by all intents and purposes, it looks like this one left even the cast absolutely kind of floored by the time they were done watching it. Like, apparently everybody really felt this episode. It's a very heavy one, apparently. So I cannot wait to see what they have in store for us. And then later on, I hope to see as many of you who want to come and hang out with us in the Discord later on tonight as we dive into this episode a little bit deeper and discuss some of the things that we are about to see. But again, biggest thank you goes out to each and every one of you in the chat. I want to thank everybody for all of the birthday wishes, everything that you guys have been sending, all the super chats, all the memberships. Like, again, it's been super overwhelming to see the support you guys have been showing us. I can't thank each and every one of you enough. You guys are absolutely awesome. So from me to you, big thank you. And I appreciate all of you guys taking the time to come and hang out with us as we dive into Fromville. But without further ado, it's been a blast. And of course, I could not be doing it without my just
Shut
awesome,
the hell up.
phenomenal co-host.
Just accept the
No,
accolades. Stop.
Yeah, yeah.
No, absolutely not. No, this is a team effort here, bro. You're going to hear it. I could not be doing it without all of the awesome co-hosts that have helped me over the years, from the comic book days to the Song of Ice and Fire days to From days to Shogun days and everything in between. We don't need to speak about that one. But no, I've had some interesting, some phenomenal co-hosts here. You guys know them. You guys love them, whether it's Aldous, Snuggy, our boy Ravener, Kayla, all of you guys. I just can't thank each and every one of you enough. We've had so many awesome people here share the share the experience with us, and from all the co-hosts to each and every one of you in the chat. You guys in the chat are the lifeblood of this channel, and I just can't thank you all enough for all the support. But yes, without further ado, I will stop getting so sappy on all of you. I promised I wouldn't get so sappy. I'm not going to get sappy. That's it. Done. Finito. Over. Forget about it. No more Fugazi. But again, big thank you for everybody for joining us tonight. Get out there, check out episode 2. It is uploading on MGM any minute right now. And then when you are done watching it, come and join us in the Discord for a live voice chat. We will be breaking down everything from episode 2 and diving into it. But until next time, stay safe out there in this crazy, crazy world, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody who was affected with the recent hurricanes, I hope everybody is safe and sound. I hope everybody's friends and family is safe and sound. I know a big portion of the country was really hit bad with that hurricane. So I hope everybody is staying safe. Susie has given me a very interesting link where you can donate to, if you want to donate to help some of the family members that were affected. I will throw that link in the description of this stream. So if anybody's watching this on the replay or wants to help out in any small way, the link will be there in the description. You can donate there and help out the families that were affected. And it's a super, super positive cause, very noble cause. And our hearts go out to everybody who was affected by the nasty hurricanes we had over the last few days. But again, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, Delsenia, thank you for that. Yes, it is officially my birthday now. It is officially the 29th. Thank you so much, Delsenia. And thank you so much to each and every one of you for all of the birthday wishes. You guys are the absolute freaking best. Get out there, get ready, go watch episode 2 of season 3 of From. And then when you guys are done watching, come back, come and hang out with us. We will be in the Discord tonight talking all things episode 2 with each and every one of you that want to come and join us. Everybody is welcome. Until that time, I will see all of you guys on the next one. Stay safe out there in this crazy, crazy world. Be kind to one another. And as always, keep those tinfoil hats on, folks. And I will see you on the next one.